y'all. Good evening. So, tonight's selection is a Chardonnay. It's by Rom Bauer, which is another classic California Chardonnay. I say classic, this wine has been around for about 40 years. It tends to always make the top 100 list of very good wine. So, that's why I selected it today. Since it's summer, we're going to keep it light. But so this Chardonnay is considered a full-bodied Chardonnay. The tasting notes are golden apple. We have white peach. We have pear, pie crust, and hazelnut. So I've been sipping on it today. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's very light and very easy to drink, not too buttery, so it's not too heavy or not too thick, but it has a really good mouth feel. So this is a great summer white to go with your grilled fish or your pastas. Shrimp and those things that we enjoy for the summer. So this is Rum Bauer. It's a Chardonnay tonight's selection. So check it out. Cheers.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Getting right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focused on what's in front of me. Everybody days a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah.
Take it from me, I got some places I should take you to see. You know it's easy when you ride with a G. Light speed, moving fast through the city, trying to find me some peace. I finally lived to be the guy that I was dying to be. Still I got some trust issues, people lie through their teeth. The more I grew, the more they hide in the crease. Squad building, weak members get released. If we trying to compete, starting pitchers need relief. Bro, we building a team, everybody got a niche. I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead. Picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been...
Mute must have got your brother.
Damn mute button. All right, man. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all being here. What's going on? The velvet voice of YouTube. What's going on, my brother?
What's happening, man? Anissa was talking my kind of talk. She was talking about pie crust in the mouth and a warm mouth feel. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. A warm mouth.
That's what she said, a warm mouth feel. You know what I'm saying?
A warm mouth. Mouth.
That's it.
Oh, man.
That's how you start a show out.
Man, that's how you start out, with a warm, wet mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all. Both sides. Both sides. Thank y'all for being here tonight, man. Who we got in this chat tonight, man? Who we got lost?
Well, first of all, we have Embraced the Grace as always. You know what I'm saying? Then we have Boss Man in the building as usual, and the lovely Melania in the house. Yes, indeed. And we also have Take Heed to the Message in the building, followed by the chairman of the board, Mr. Paul Bennett in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and we have Lana in the house. A-Team as always. Good to see you. And then we got got EAE in the building. Who else do we have? We have you.
What up?
We also got Anissa in the building. and Jason Vega. Man, wait a minute, y'all piling on in there. Then we got Mrs. Jenny in the building. Yes, indeed. And I think that's it. Mona D. Hey, Mona D, what's happening, baby? Good to see you. That's it so far, but they're gonna be piling in a minute, so you know how that is.
Absolutely, man. Okay, listen, man. I want to start this show out by bringing up the people in the back first, and then we're going to start talking about this bicultural person who now seems to be black and wants to win the presidency. So let's see who we got in the back right now. First of all, I want to bring up it's two people on one screen. All right, so I won't be disrespectful. Okay, It's two people on one screen. So I want to give it up to the beautiful, the lovely, God-fearing woman of God, a wife, a loving wife, and about to be a loving mother soon. Give it up for Miss Jenny. Come on, put your hands together. Give it to her.
Welcome, Miss Jenny. How are you?
I am terrific. I have had a very productive day. Speaking of my soon-to-be parenthood, I went to a parenting class with my husband tonight, and so I'm excited. I feel good.
That's what's up.
And
get your lessons in. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Now, the next person I want to bring up is the person who.
Come on, BMU.
Anissa is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Put your damn hands together. If y'all want to know why. If y'all want to know why that light is off in that room over there.
Hi, everybody. Good evening.
If y'all want to know why that light off in that room over there, we're going to tell y'all later. We're going to tell y'all why that light off in that room over there. That's how he get out of there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next. Listen, I don't know what happened. I don't know fucking on. But I know for a fact that somebody came here tonight to watch the damn old video or something. Came in here tonight and said, I ain't coming to play with you niggas tonight. Hold on a minute. Embrace the grace in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Good to see you. Embrace the grace. All right, now last but not least, guys. Come on now. Before the other people come in, the president of the B Club and all this other stuff, before they come in, you guys have to recognize one thing. There's a lady on YouTube right now that she is just really extraordinary. She's amazing. She's a mother, a fantastic mother. She's a fantastic wife. She speaks her mind. She tells the truth. And you guys need to subscribe and like all her videos and take heed to her message.
This is take heed to the motherfucking message. I'll block all foolery.
Take heed to the messages in the building tonight.
That's one hell of an intro.
Now, before we move on, we have another man in the building tonight. Me and him in this voting going to be in more agreements than we are disagreements. All right, because me and him are agreeing on some things today. Give it up for yours truly, the freshly shaved R-Pain is in the building.
R-Pain, what's happening, man?
All right, hello everybody. Hello, hey ladies, what's going on? All right,
insane in the pain.
All right.
Now I want to get everybody's temperature, see how you guys are doing tonight, because that's important. And so we'll start off with the lovely Take Heed to the message, and we'll go around the room. Take Heed, how are you tonight?
Doing all right. The family's okay. Everybody's all right. Mm-hmm. You know, we just thank God for another day. That's all.
Okay. Absolutely. R-Pain, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm cool. Got a date with my daughter tomorrow, so my oldest. So we're gonna hang out. Yes, I'm a stealthily get all the secrets out of her over dinner. So find out how she's doing, set her straight again, so doing what dads do.
Well, you know, Big Earl may come to the table tomorrow night and say, I'm the daddy now. So be prepared.
Troublemaker.
Oh my God. Embrace the Grace, who have done it. She went did a dance routine before she came, lay back on the chair and let the water hit her. Embrace the Grace. How are you doing tonight, beautiful?
I'm good. I'm good. Long day at work, but I'm here with the family. So this is how I'm winding down. Glass of wine, good conversation, and God. So we good.
You got a date tonight? You got a date?
No, I don't have a date tonight.
Okay. That's it. It look like you dress like you want to throw it back tonight. So I just want to
It's just the hair. It's different. I wash the hair. It's different. That's all it is.
Hey,
it's curly. It's my Dominican look. Okay.
It's the throw it back hair. Anissa, how are you tonight, lovely?
Uh-oh.
Anissa, can you hear me, baby?
Okay.
All cash apps tonight will be going toward Anissa's internet service because we have to get her away from Cricket Wireless. It's not working. Okay. Anissa, look, she froze right now. This Sesame Street freezing face right now.
It's all that wine.
All that wine. And Bartholomew over there in the corner cutting the internet because he wants you to throw it back one more time before you leave. We'll come back to Anissa. Praise the Lord, everybody. Miss Jenny is on there killing herself laughing. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jenny, man, we're so proud of Miss Jenny.
I'm a PhD.
Miss Jenny, how are you tonight? And how's the family over there?
I can't complain. I was just saying, how productive my day was. Oh, I got a new customer. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this over here before, but I do pet care. And so one customer left. We had a going away party for them at my house on Thursday. And then come Saturday, I had a new customer just happened to come along. So, God is always providing.
Won't he do it?
God is always providing for those who know their place, stay in place, and be in the place for him. You know what I mean? So, so you doing your thing, man. If God blessing you like that, he's seeing something in you that he wants to continue to work in and work through. Hey, they're both sides. I'm gonna run up out of here in a minute. All right. So, before we get started, I want to start the show out. Who we got? Everybody? We got everybody. Lost in translation. How are you, sir? How's everything going over
I'm
there?
well, thank you for asking, sir. And I need to ask you, how are you doing?
Man, I'm sunshine, partly cloudy. I'm honeymoon happy, peacock proud to be in the building with you beautiful black people today.
Yes, indeed.
Lost, we're gonna talk after the show because I have some questions for you.
I got you.
Because I haven't caught up with you in a while about that situation. Anyway, we'll talk about it later.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started tonight, I want to start out with this video right here. And let's see what happens.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. That would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way. Bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
She had no words. So I want to go around the room. What does Kamala Harris presidency look like after you've seen this? I got another video too. My sister sent me a few seconds ago. I'm gonna play that in just a second, but I want to go around the room first. R. Payne, what are your thoughts? And then take it over, Lost Church.
Well, listen, if you see my little caption down there, she's going to represent DEI, ultra-liberalism. People will probably be marrying dolphins before she gets out of office. I tell you what, I think she'd be the worst president the United States ever had. Because mostly the women are going to vote for her and the simp men are going to vote for her just because she's a woman with color to her skin. She don't even associate herself with black people unless it's in her favor. And so I'm afraid that, all the AKAs, Qs, and everybody else, they're going to vote for her just because of who she is, not any of her policies. And just like Brandon Johnson and just like Eric Adams in New York, she's going to put policies in place that destroy black people. You know, so just like they let all those illegal immigrants in, and all the little coin that they put their little tax dollars in, are going to giving credit cards to illegal immigrants. They stay in the best hotels. They get all the training they want to take over the lower rung of the so-called black jobs, the working servicemen jobs. They're all getting trained for that shit. And so she's going to be an absolute shit show. And let me tell you this: Trump, he got what he wished for. He should have hoped that Biden would have fumbled his way all the way through to the election, because she's going to be a formidable an opponent, more than people think. And let me also say this last thing, we'll land it here. If the Democrats try to put anybody in her place, we are all going to see what it means to fight angry black women. And I don't give a shit if they're 7% of the population. Once those ladies start screaming that they got slighted, they're going to destroy the Democratic Party all over the place, because they won't stop. They won't stop. It'll be all over. They'll be saying, you think the black man got it bad from the hyenas? You wait till the Democrats don't put it there, forget it. They're going to lose big. So I think Donald Trump is going to make a mistake, especially if he goes over the line and says anything about her as a woman. They're going to play that goddamn misogynistic card to the end of the time. And, so, and it resonates with some people. The only way that I said I was going to stop. White women might not like her, but forget it. She got 100%, maybe 99.5% of the black woman vote. And the simp men who want to get pussy that night, they're gonna vote that way too. So, so that's let me just land it there. But I could go on and on, man. She's gonna be an absolute shit show, and that's how I feel about it.
Appreciate it, R-Pain. I want to hear from Anissa. Anissa, do you think that Miss Harris will have a poopy pants show, as R-Pain would say it, if she's elected president?
I definitely don't agree with our pain. Interesting times for sure, with what's going on both sides here. I have not really had the time to delve into her record as a prosecutor. I just know the things that I have heard, but I don't think, me personally, I don't think that I am going to hold her, whatever that track record may have been. I'm not going to necessarily hold that against her, because I think that she was operating in the capacity of her job, which was to prosecute. And if you break the law and you get caught on the wrong side of the law, you are going to be prosecuted. I am not familiar with the laws in California and what they were at that time, but I imagine she did her job, and I imagine she worked at the top capacity of her job. That's just how I feel about it. I'm not going to hold that against Kamala, just as you guys aren't going to hold the Central Park Five and the racial discrimination cases and things like that against Trump. So I think that we can probably both move forward on the things that maybe both of them have done in their past that aren't necessarily stellar towards Black people. I don't necessarily think that that she is going to have policies that are against Black people. I have not seen any policies on the opposite side that are for Black people, that are going to help Black people. I have not seen that as well. I don't necessarily think that she's going to have any policies that are against Black people. I think we have to at least give her an opportunity, being that I know everybody's probably going to try to tie her to Biden, but if she's going to be running for president, she probably, I would imagine, going to have her own platform, may do things different. We haven't heard that yet. I think we need to be fair and at least listen to what she has to say. Again, I think it's interesting times. Have to see how this plays out. That's how I feel about it right now.
Now, before we move on, I do want to bring it to perspective that Donald Trump did put a newspaper ad out calling for the execution of the Central Park Five. And then even after they were found innocent, he put another ad out. Now that's the bad. The worst is he had no dealings in the police officers that arrested those boys, the woman who have falsely accused those boys, to put those boys in that situation. Now, The difference between him and Kamala is that he put in a newspaper ad, call it with an opinion. Kamala has actually put black men in prison for weed for 15 years, 20 years. This is public record. And I'm gonna put it up here. We're gonna do a show on it. It's public record that this woman had put people in jail for having weed for 15 years. 10 years. And then she goes on the Breakfast Club and says she smoked weed every day in college. So you putting people in jail for 15, 20 years, and you've been smoking weed while you were in college, even when you got out of college. So ain't nobody gonna stop just because they got out of college. And you put people in jail, taking them from their families and their kids over some weed, and you smoke it yourself. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get everybody else's thing. We'll talk about it. Then go ahead.
Appreciate
go ahead,
it.
Take heed.
Take heed, you're on deck. Is withholding information to keep innocent people in jail a part of your job as a prosecutor? Do you think that's a part of for somebody's job?
So I heard, okay, I was watching some news on PBS, okay, and this was a while back. I remember seeing something like this, but I was like, let me go back and check something. So I did a little searching this afternoon, and I found the news again. So Kamala had put somebody on death row, and because she was hiding evidence.
Yes, blocking evidence.
So the judge had to demand her to bring forth the evidence. This man was on death row. He was going to lose his life because she was holding evidence. Then 1,500 people she put in jail over weed. 1,500 people she put in jail over weed, and she blocked the fact that they can get bail. You know how somebody signed for you if to get bail and stuff like that. She blocked that process in Cali, so you couldn't get bail. You would have to sit there in jail until it was time for you, or whenever they had to call you in front of the judge. So the thing is that Trump has done a lot of shit too. He has done a lot of shit as well. And I understand where everybody coming from when we talk about Trump too. But I'll share something with you. If you say that you are my sister, if you say that we are the same, should you want to fight harder to see if I'm guilty or innocent? You know what I'm saying? If I'm guilty, punish me. But if I'm innocent, why would you let me sit on death row? If you have evidence to show that I'm not supposed to be there, why would I still be there? Why would the judge have to demand for you to bring forth this evidence? That's not a good prosecutor. And not saying that she's the only one that has done that. Other prosecutors probably have done that too. But her credibility comes into play. And I'll share something with you. The Dems was very smart to bring her in now. They were very smart because they knew if they would have brought her in 2 years ago, all this would be some problems because people will put into question her capability. People will put into question her past and everything. So they was very smart to bring her in. But the problem that I have as well is that where's the primary? Where's the primary? Y'all say that our vote matters. Where's the primary? Because the delegates, she already got the number for the delegates, right? But the people, we the people, didn't accept her. So I don't see how we're doing this, but I'm gonna share something with you. Republicans, y'all listen, y'all better remember this day. Remember this day, because when y'all turn come around, make sure you say in 2024, because this does not make sense to me. Because all the while they knew Biden was in trouble. When he was falling and everything, they knew Biden was in trouble. But I'm going to share something with you. I will take the blame in that too myself because I voted for Biden. I voted for Biden because why? C19 was on demon time and everybody was scared. So we went with something that was comfortable for us, and Biden was comfortable for us because Barack and him was tight. So we believed that everything was going to be all right. But we forgot about 1988 and we forgot about 1994. Okay. And then we sat up there when he told Charlemagne, if you ain't black if you don't vote for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the Dems had got comfortable with us giving our vote to them like candy. The Dems got comfortable because they know that's what black people do. I was watching The View, right? And The View was even saying, one of the ladies on The View, she said she was on a phone with 70,000. She said on a line, 70,000. Somebody, there's an echo, please. She was on a phone call with 70,000 women. 70,000 women. Some woman from The View, I forgot her name. She said that they asked them to get up about 1 point something million or $1 million in 30 days or something. And they got up 1.5 million in 2 hours. Black women are ready to put their stamp of approval on Kamala because they want to see her there. They want to see her there. But this is the whole problem right here. Black women are not the only people that can get you to the presidency. There are other cultures here that will lead you to the presidency. Black women only make up 60%. Yeah, it's 16 million black women who are eligible to vote. That's only 67%. So it's not just black women you need every race of woman to vote for you. And you got to understand all these women come from different backgrounds. They have different religion. Some of them are governed under kings. It's not just, oh, the woman, she's a woman, let's vote for her. And that's the thing we have to understand. Because I'm going to share something with you. If we really wanted a woman to vote, right? I mean, if we really wanted the woman to be the president, right? Hillary got some shit with her too. But Hillary is more qualified than Kamala. Why didn't she make it? And I voted for Hillary. Why didn't she make it? She's more qualified. What does that tell you? America is not ready to have a woman president. I don't care who get behind. Because 98% of black women got behind Clinton. 98% got behind her. And she not the president. She didn't make it. So it's not just black women that have to get behind her. It's every woman of all races have to get behind her. It's not just black women for her to win the presidency. I'm just saying. And I think we need to come to that conclusion. And it's crazy how we sit up here and we think that both of these candidates make sense. Both of them devils. But we don't have nobody to choose from. We don't have nobody but these two. But I will share something with you, and a lot of people will get mad with me after this live. I give two shits. But I don't want to see a woman president. I don't. We too emotional. I don't want to see a woman president. I really don't. I don't dislike my sisters, but I do not want to see a woman president. We don't handle shit well when we get upset. Somebody don't like what we say, we get upset with them. Somebody don't follow what we say, we get upset with them. Even the best woman who has a PhD, college degree, and all that, she can get indignant at times. So no, I don't want that. Men do business. Trey said this at best. Men do business with men that they can't even stand, but because they make money with them, they gonna handle that business. Women don't do that. If I don't like you, bitch, I don't like you. That's it. And I'm not gonna fuck with you. That's the truth. I'm done. I'm finished.
Yeah.
How do I come behind that? But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to embrace it. Let me tell you something. America is on critical condition in the ICU on life support. And there is no way that America is ready for a woman president, because emotionally she will pull that plug without thinking of the consequences. That morning they said that President Biden is not dropping out, and then 3 hours later they introduced Camilla. They are grasping for straws. They are shuffling around papers. They don't know what is going on in their own party, because they know that Trump won July 13, 2024. I would be happy to see a woman be president, especially a sister, but we not ready. She doesn't have the balls to clean up this country and fix this country. And people are going to vote her for the wrong reasons. I get it, Take Heed. It's the lesser of the two evils. I get it. I'm already getting threats that the people are going to unsubscribe to my channel because I've outwardly said I'm voting for Trump. First time in my life. I've been a Democrat all my life, but you know what? I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Nothing changes if you don't change nothing. Okay? These are longtime politicians. They know the tricks of the trades. See, Trump, he a regular person, rich regular person, but he gets things done. I don't know if y'all saw that speech on the Republican National Party that went 92 minutes, but I watched it from beginning to end, and that man is clever. He's smart. He's strategic. The way he spoke, his speech, the way he worded his words, the way he whispers after he says so. I majored in communications in college, and I saw the tricks that he was using to tug at our heartstrings, our emotions, and everything he said was right. Taliban didn't mess with us for 18 months. Russia wasn't in war. So I hate to say, ladies and gentlemen, please don't vote for Camilla just because she's a woman and she's a sister. Vote for the better candidate. And yes, history does matter. The shit that you did when you was a prosecutor does come up now. That's why you're supposed to. You're not supposed to expose your skeletons in the closet. Some of us have cemeteries, and it's gonna come out. And then it's out there that she slept her way to the top. And now you want to she's never claimed that she was black. And now all of a sudden now she's a black woman overnight. Wow, if she can do it, then I can do it, right? I mean, come on now. Let's really think about this. And then let's see who her running mate's going to be. That has to be strategically picked out too. Because if you guys notice, Trump picked a 36-year-old, strong, healthy, beautiful wife. So if God forbid something happens for him, he'll get the presidency, and he'll get 2 more terms. They see how the Republicans look at the forest instead of the trees in front of them. Trump already planned the 12 years for the Republican Party. So I'm just telling y'all out there, please don't do your homework, do your research. Don't be so quick to vote for Camilla just because she's a sister and she's a woman, because America does not need a woman right now. We need somebody with some balls, who ain't scared to tell a country, we ain't giving you shit. We ain't allowing you to sell nothing. We gonna put sanctions on you, and y'all ain't going nowhere. Will Camilla have the balls to do that? Think about it. I digress. My mic is muted.
Well, before you go, Miss Jenny, she went to Africa. I don't know if y'all saw this. I'm going to find it though. She went to Africa, and the African president said, I sat down with other countries' leaders, and we talked strategically about military, how we're going to collaborate together and how we're going to work together against the enemy, and how our militaries can share military tactics. He said the vice president of the United States came here and wanted us, she did not want to talk about that with the other leaders. She wanted to talk about the LGBTQ community.
Yep.
She wanted to talk about gay rights. And he said, and she said, if he didn't accept it, they would cut them off from everything that they give their country. And he told her, you could take all of it because we're here trying to make men soldiers, and you want us to accept the gay agenda here in Africa. That's not going to work. So Miss Jenny, what you put something in the chat and put it up here. Miss Jenny said this: Trump could be in the ground right now, and Homewrecker Harris would still never get my vote. Damn. Can you elaborate on that, Sister Jenny? Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm talking about.
Lord have mercy. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty predictable. People can kind of figure out where I come from and where I stand on things. And so I have a zero tolerance policy for cheaters and homewreckers. I used to be a really big fan of Ariana Grande. And then she took that woman's husband. They had a 1-year-old child, and now I never listen to her. I would never play any of her music ever again. And Kamala Harris is objectively a cheater. What she did is on the record. It's well known. It's well documented. Willie Brown, I think his name. He had an affair with her, and that woman had 3 kids, and it's an absolute disgrace. And so I don't care what would happen. I mean, there could be a grilled cheese sandwich that would be on the Republican side, and I would never vote for Kamala Harris. And then on top of that, if that wasn't bad enough, she's extremely pro-choice. And sadly, Trump is not pro-life enough for me. And so I'm pretty much a single issue voter when it comes to that. I don't vote for anybody who wants to slaughter the unborn. And so the fact that Trump at least did something for the unborn, that's why he gets my vote. But Kamala Harris, I mean, she supports termination of pregnancy all the way up through all 9 months, which and even past, like in here in Virginia, our past governor, Ralph Northam, he signed a law that said that you could, terminate, that you could literally kill the baby after it's been born. And so she supports that, and she supports all of that radical, women's healthcare stuff, which I think is completely barbaric and depraved. And so I don't vote for people that support that. And so she would never get my vote for any reason. I don't care how black she is or how similar we look. None of that matters because she's completely wrong on everything that matters. And like you just said, she's totally pro-homo, and I don't care for that either. So she's just not, she's not for me one way or another, or, however you slice it.
Thank you, Jenny. And now for the gentleman of the evening, Trey. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you, Pat.
First of all, let me ask you, how are you this evening, my brother?
I'm perplexed.
You perplexed?
That's what I am. I'm perplexed. I don't understand black women, and I don't get y'all. You don't make sense to me. Here's an opportunity for you guys to stand for something, and you guys are going to fall for the okie doke yet again. She's going to do this to you. The Democratic Party is going to do this to you one more again, and I'm gonna prove it. About every 4 years, we get a case of police brutality. About every 4 years, we get a case of police brutality right around election time, and on cue, we get the Massey case. On cue. We get the Massey case. Now, the Democrats are going to use this as an opportunity to temper police reform. No, you won't. You didn't do it with Obama. You didn't do it with Clinton. You're never going to do it. But what you are going to do is you're going to use this case to bring black people in, to make them scared, use it as a scare tactic, and get them to vote for you, because that's what you do. Now, here's my issue. Kamala Harris, President Biden have said that Trump is a threat to democracy, was the exact words they used. He is a threat to democracy. And yet I did not see a primary. And yet I did not see the American public have an opportunity to choose the Democratic nominee. Therefore, who is really the biggest threat to democracy if we don't even use the democratic process? No, what you did was you allowed the delegates and the super delegates to pick and choose. And now what you keep trying to do is you keep trying to throw how much money she's made in the last 48 hours in our face as if money is the votes. Let me explain something to y'all black women. Do your math. Where are you guys all centralized? In the big cities, New York, DC, Atlanta. You're all in one place. The electoral college votes. If y'all all in one place, it all counts for the same votes. This is math. I don't make this up. Y'all aren't spread out enough to actually have some sort of influence over the vote. But let me tell you who is spread out enough. White women. White women are. They all over the country. They in rural. They in the city. They all over the place. They are in places that black people can't even go to, sundown towns. So the issue here is, at what point in time are black women going to actually address the issues? I hear Anissa talking. I never once heard Anissa talk about Kamala's policies. Where does she stand on immigration? Where does she stand on taxes? Where does she stand on police reform? Because we're going to go through that the whole process now. Where does she stand on? Oh, that's right. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't give a shit. Nobody cares. She black. So we're going to vote her in. She a part of the Divine Nine. So, hey, we're going to get her in there. The same shit we did with Obama. And how did that work out? No, he spent 8 years fighting for gay rights and chasing hedge fund managers and didn't do a damn thing for black people. But you got so much to say about a threat to the threat to democracy, and yet y'all party won't even use it. Y'all ain't no different than the Republicans. No disrespect to you, Miss Jenny, but if we talking about cheaters, Trump is number one on the list. Just being honest. How about we stop voting for people based on their personal lives and start voting for people based on the policies in which they bring forth? I don't give a damn how many times Trump get his dick sucked. I didn't care when Clinton got his dick sucked. I don't care. What is his policy? And how does it affect me? Aren't y'all tired of paying these high-ass taxes? Wouldn't it make more sense to place tariffs on countries that bring all their shit into our country that we buy? Check your clothes right now. I guarantee you it say made in Taiwan, made in China, or made somewhere other than America, but they ain't paying a damn bit of taxes for it. But when you get a man in the office who says, I'm going to place tariffs on these people, hold on, you racist, Brad. What? Wait, what? That policy affects all of us because we all pay taxes. Focus on the policy. I don't give a damn how many men Kamala slept with. What are your policies? And as of right now, nobody knows because she won't talk about them. But yet she garnered $100+ million based on what? What did she get? What did she get? Somebody tell me. Tell me what she got it on. Tell me her policy. Anissa, anytime. Tell me where she stands on immigration. Because that's what she was in charge of, and she failed. She been asleep at the wheel. She be going to ribbon cutting ceremonies for the last 4 years. I'm done, man.
Oh, wait. Go ahead, Lost.
You know what? Here's the thing. What people don't realize is that we love to fall for the okie doke. You know, if you watch the news and you watch all of the news, you would understand that they didn't raise $1 million. What they did was the super PAC set that money aside for the Democratic candidate. And as soon as they got the endorsements, they were like, okay, now you can give her the money. You know how I know? Because they held the money back from Joe. Joe had already raised that money. All they did was release it back to her. And that's it. I'm not going to hold the show up. I just want y'all to make sure that you are informed people and you understand exactly what's going on. Don't live in your own little bubble because we're easily controlled when all you listening to is CNN. You're easily controlled if all you listen to is Fox News. My whole thing is this: make sure you listen to everything and get out your feelings and then do the math. You see what I'm saying? And once you do that, you'll have enough information to make an informed decision. But before I get started, I'm going to welcome our guest to the stage, none other than the one and only Mr. Fantastic. Welcome to the show, brother.
Everybody, thank y'all for having me.
What's happening, brother?
Y'all got it.
So what are your thoughts, man, on how would you like to see? I know you're going to vote for Kamala, so I know you're a huge supporter. I know that she's your number one pick. So what are your thoughts on Kamala Harris, my brother?
Listen, man, no, sir. She shall not be getting my vote whatsoever. She doesn't have any clear policies on anything, foreign policy, economic policy. She's pretty much been going around just, anytime ask questions, she's a great deflector. So I guess, she's used to that, being cross-examining things. I saw you guys when you first started talking, and like you said, looking back at her record as DA and some of the things she did showed a lot of untrustworthiness. So outside of that, just her current policies is just lacking in every most important aspect for president.
Absolutely. Before Lost Trenches, you're going to go right after Family Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Before you go, I want to show you this video, and then after that, we'll get into the meat of the show here. Pause. Let's see. Here we go.
Kamala Harris. She's running for the vice presidency. I call her Miss Lock Up a Brother, for when she was the AG in California, a Negro knew, a black man knew that he was dead in the water. He was dead in the water. Matter of fact, you don't need a trial. You might well go into jail if you appear before her, because she took pride in locking up black folk. And now all of a sudden she's trying to be sister girl. I'm telling it. Check out her record. She locked us up left and right. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, you did, Kamala, however I should pronounce it, you did. And now we're supposed to forget all that stuff. And she boasted in California that she was one of the first. I got the tape queued, but my time's up today. One of the first I showed you Thursday night to perform a same-sex marriage. Y'all want to see it? You want to see it? Let it rip.
Let the rings exchanged and the vows declared symbolize your commitment, sincerity, and affection.
Yeah.
And may your love never falter.
May your love never falter.
By virtue of the power and authority vested in me by the state of California, I now declare you.
She's got to be stopped.
All right, go ahead. Lost in translation. You got
it. I wasn't ready for that one, man.
Man.
But all they did was give me some more wood, man, for this file I'm about to be.
Whoa, pause. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Listen, man. When you vote for somebody, man, don't just look at them. Look at the damn team they're building behind them, man. You know what I'm saying? Is this team that they're building for what you stand for? Ladies, if you stand for families and America and making sure that everything is all right, this ain't it. You can't build no family like this. I don't care how you want to say it. If you call yourself going to church, that's gonna be between you and the good Lord above. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is this, man. Look at your team, man. Look at your team. Look around. Who all is behind this woman? You see what I'm saying? Who all is behind people who put together these teams? You see what I'm saying? And my whole thing is this: if they're gonna sit up here and talk about Project 2025 and how many people they have in place ready to go, the first question I'm gonna ask is, where's your team? You know what I'm saying? How come you're not putting together the team? Sounds to me like you're not prepared. You know what I mean? You got a whole bunch of people running around trying to figure out exactly what you're gonna do with your own Democratic convention. Y'all don't know who gonna be the doggone nominee, but y'all gonna go ahead and slide somebody in who really didn't even work for it. Is this what we come to? Is this what competition is? Is this what we stand for in America? We just gonna go ahead and slide somebody on in there and not even vote for them? Is this what we gonna do? Man, how is that honest? You know, if you go to court, you would expect to get an honest shake and an honest deal if you find yourself in a snafu. But you got to think about it, man. If you in a situation and you looking for an honest shake when it comes to justice, you're not gonna get it with her. She already told you she gonna withhold information if she don't like you. She already told you, black men, she don't like you because she didn't marry one. You know, she already told you what her foreign policy is gonna be because she got a Jewish husband and kids and none of her own. You see what I'm saying? She already let you know she got an axe to grind with black men. She didn't even consider asking us for our vote. She went and got on the phone and called all the sisterhood and said, guess what? I need your money. And you know, the killing part about it is they really didn't raise no $1.5 million in a few hours. They didn't do that. What they did was they asked the AKAs for $40. You know what I'm saying? For some strange reason, it always come back to 20 in the front and 40 in the back. It always comes back to $40. You know, what is this proclivity that we have with $40? You know what I'm saying? It's just like we can build a whole nation with $40. Let me tell you something, man. I'm upset with women because they get mad when they don't want to pay their fair share. They want to shame men into paying all the bills, don't want to help at all, but they'll turn around and give Chris Brown $1,100 of all kind of child support money and give it to them. They'll turn around and give Kamala Harris $40 to raise, quote unquote, allegedly $1 million. And their kids don't have food. Their kids don't have backpacks to go to school. Dr. Umar whole school ain't been built yet. Y'all could have gave that money to that man, and Frederick Douglass would be standing right here to this day. That lets me know that you really ain't for our community. So as far as I'm concerned, you've already drawn your line in the sand, and most men already know where they stand. So my thing is this: you can say all you want to say. You can try to shame men and whatever it is you want to say. But at the end of the day, I assure you, she will not be the next president of the United States of America.
All right. Now, she's been waiting patiently. I know Anissa has a lot to say about that because I know she's one of the supporters of thinking that Kamala would be great for this country. Anissa, what are your thoughts about what you've heard around being here? I think everybody here says, I mean, I know it's 8 of us, at least no votes for 8 of us here. So what are your thoughts?
Nothing no one said changes my opinion. I'm independent. I'm not Republican or Democrat. But I definitely know 100% I will not vote for Trump. But there is nothing that was said here today that would change my mind to vote for Trump.
Why are you voting for Kamala?
I didn't say I was voting for Kamala. I said I definitely won't be voting for Trump, though. That's for sure. And there is nothing that was said here by anybody that would make me vote for Trump.
So
but that's just my position. That's my position.
Who's the independent? Kennedy? Kennedy's the independent, right? Independent.
Oh no, I'm not gonna vote for him either.
Yes.
I think he's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna I definitely will not vote for Trump. That is for sure. I'm definitely not gonna vote for Kennedy. I think he's a quack. So I don't know where my vote is at this moment, but it
You
won't
already
be
know where
Trump.
you're gonna vote.
You know where you vote for. Come on now.
You gonna go with them $40, man. I'm telling you. We already know. It's all right.
Bullshit.
Come on now.
I have research to do and that I will do in my own time. I know how I feel about Trump. I know how I felt about Trump the first time, and I don't think that it has changed. And there is nothing that anyone has said up here that is going to change my mind about Trump because I feel the way that I feel about him. And that is my position. I answered your question.
You know what, black man? I'm gonna tell you something, man. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Her mind is already made up.
Just because I don't agree with you.
No. I didn't ask you to agree. I didn't ask you. I just pointed out the fact that you've already made up your mind. Because most people, let me explain something to you. Most people when they get on, listen. Let me explain something. Most people when they get on TV, they always gonna say, "Well, I'm an independent," oh, I'll stand for this, and I stand. No, you don't.
I vote for
You
the
don't.
best. I vote for the
No,
best
you don't.
person.
No, you
I
don't.
vote for the
How's,
best
how's, the,
person
how's
and
my
the
whole
best
thing is,
policy.
if you're voting for the
I
best
do not
person,
believe just because I don't agree with you about Trump
I never
does
asked
not
you
mean I'm
to.
going to vote for Kamala.
I never asked you to,
I don't
because
think
I'm
Trump is
smarter
the
than
best
that.
person, and I don't think he's the best person for the
20
job.
in the front.
That
And
is for
40 in the
sure.
bag. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? My
Lit.
whole thing
Hey,
is
Lit.
this: if you
Okay.
if you don't have enough information to make an informed decision, I'm not gonna sway you one way or the other. You see what I'm saying? Your
Well, you're
information is what
assuming
you
I don't
have,
have
but at
and
the
I have
same
not
time,
researched Kamala, but I know Trump, and I will not vote for him. I know him well enough to
I'm
say
not
I can tell
asking
you
you to.
100% for that.
As a matter of fact, I implore you
So
to
don't
do
sit
more
up here
research.
and say that I'm not informed. You're
But
making
my
an
thing is, if
assumption
you're
that
going
I'm
to
not
vote for
informed.
your
I'm
candidate,
informed enough about that individual that I will not vote for him.
Hold on, Lost. Hold on, Lost. Now,
Okay.
Nissa, this is
Sure.
contradicting
Yeah.
now. This is contradicting. Let me tell you why. Because you always say that
It's
women
not
should strive for a
contradicting. I
man
told
that
you
got.
straight up I wasn't going to vote for Trump.
No, hold on, Anissa. You say women should always strive for a man that can take care of them. They don't have to work. They can sit at home. The man Trump fits all of those areas. He's rich. You can be a stay-at-home mom. You don't have
family
to
man.
work.
Really? None of us are going to marry Trump. Let's be clear.
Oh,
Okay, so
you know,
that's the
if Trump,
difference.
if Trump
When I
wants you to throw it back, you're
when
gonna
I
throw it
pick
back.
a
Stop the cat.
leader,
Oh, stuff. Let me ask a question though.
oh
Let
my
me
God,
ask a
I think he
let me
is
ask a question, Nissa. Let me ask
disgusting
Nissa.
white man. I
Like
would
I
Let me
never.
said,
ask a
my
But
mind
question.
is
here's the
already made
thing.
up.
No,
My
no.
mind
I'm
is
Can I
not
ask
already
a
the
made up.
question?
leader.
Can you
I'm not.
guys hear me?
I'm
Let me ask a
talking.
question.
I'm talking. When
Her
I
mind is
pick
already
a
made up.
leader, I look at character. I look at integrity. I look at
Really?
honesty. I look
Character?
at convictions and
Integrity?
felonies and indictments. I look at those kind of things.
Character?
Now I
And
know those things
You're
probably
asking me the
don't matter
same
to the
question
majority of
over and
you
over and over and over
because
and over. I'm
like
tired
he
of it. I'm
said, you all
drained.
can relate to him on that level.
Oh
oh
my
my
God.
However,
goodness.
those things matter to me, which is why I would never vote for someone like Trump.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you
That's
vote for
just
Yes,
my
can I ask
somebody?
a question, man? Let
Would
me
you
ask a
vote for
question.
somebody who stands in the way of justice, who
Oh,
hides information from an innocent man from being on death row? Is that the same type of
I think that
integrity
man
that you were
he's
voting
still on
for?
death row, isn't he?
I beg your
Is
pardon?
he still on death row?
No, Kim
No,
Okay,
he
that's
ain't,
Kardashian got
because
him
good. So
off.
somebody
nobody
else
else
had to
got to
step
get.
in.
Yeah, Kim
Somebody else had to
Kardashian got him.
twist our arm and
Okay.
say, you know what?
Yeah,
Give up the information.
Kim Kardashian got him out of jail.
can I ask a question though?
Okay.
Let
A
me ask
white
a
Well,
woman.
that's great for him.
Can you guys hear me?
We
Let me
go ahead, Arpane.
Yeah, let me ask a
Yes,
question.
sir.
Listen, in every election, right, there's a combination of knowledge and unfortunately feelings, right? I think that's every election for almost every candidate, right? So I don't there's maybe it's not imbalance, maybe it's not a balance, but there's certainly some percentage of people who vote for somebody based on they know what that person stands for and they know how that person makes them quote unquote feel. And unfortunately, when it comes to the softer sex, that used to be softer, I think the feelings need more than whatever the goddamn uh, uh, policies there is for a guy. But men are not immune to that either. I mean, I see on my Facebook page, there's a whole bunch of men saying I'm for Kamala. And I'm looking at them, I say, man, are you guys crazy? So, but they're voting based on feelings because you certainly don't have no policies that they're standing on. So I just think that, like I've been saying for almost a year now, I don't really care about the election as long as the Democrats lose in every swing state. Whether that means they win the election, great. But wherever we're concentrated, I don't think we should let the women change our minds about the election because I think black men in particular were moving away from the Democrats, maybe not in droves, but big enough to make a difference. And now that the women are going to be just all, panties up in a bunch over Kamala Harris, most of them, I don't think they should change our minds. And I'd like to see black men stand up and just stick it to everybody, including the black women. That shit is bullshit. This chick doesn't deserve to be president. And right on your network, I did a video. We did a stream on why black women don't have the temperament to be president. Maybe no women, but this may be a few. And I have my favorite. But let me just land it there. So I think a lot of feelings are going to get wrapped up in this shit. And the last thing we need is a DEI president. It's the last goddamn thing we need.
Fantastic. It's on you, brother. I ain't gonna make you wait too long, man. Come on.
Well, as far as the Kamala Harris thing goes, or the overall
Yeah, man.
topic?
All of that, man.
Well,
Put some
yeah, man.
tank on.
Listen. The whole thing for the Kamala Harris thing is I feel like this was pretty much a forced situation, meaning that, like you said, they lied about the mental capacity and status of the president for at least over the past year and a half. Again, I was saying this, and it's funny but not funny, but I've literally not even seen one senior citizen I know personally, and I know people that they'll be like 80 years old and in the 90 fall that many times, like in life, like for real. Like, I mean, buddy's got at least more than one handful of falls, and that is early onset, certain mental conditions and things like that, right? So again, to see this man, and then I guess the straw that broke the camel's back was his stumbling and mumbling in the debate, and again, he's just not capable. So hey, this is a perfect time now to where there talks of he could have been blackmailed in some way about previous things that were going on, and that was in that laptop. So he went ahead and stepped down for the sake of, not only his political legacy, but possible criminal activity, And now we're pretty much here where we are, to where we still don't even know, like, well, officially, I mean, some people are fighting it. If Kamala is if she is indeed going to be the presidential candidate, I think what the DNC convention is next week, and she pretty much just skipped over everything other than the super PAC delegations, right? So the people didn't even get to really choose. So I feel like that's going to be I just don't see her winning. You know what I mean? From so many standpoints, her political unlikeliness or unlikability, I think. Again, remember, if you went back, Tulsi Gabbard absolutely destroyed her. And she had to the point of where she had to drop out.
Yep.
So I don't see her being able to garner. And then if running on Trump again, it just saying the numbers at what it was the last time. Trump was the second highest vote getter of all time of presidents, right? Biden had to beat his record to beat him, and that was what it was. But yeah, I don't see Kamala Harris being able to have the backing to be able to beat Trump at all.
All right. Well, I want to say this here before we move on to the subject of the night. Thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I think we do have a couple of super chats. Yeah, we do. We have Big N11 with $10. He said, "I vote for Payne for president." Boy, we damn sure be in the hole then. But we appreciate that $10 super chat. We got another one, Marriage, Politics, and Sports, which is our Payne $5. Thank you, brother. He said, by the way, Kamala Harris most likely will be installed as president before the convention. Prediction that could happen, right? Because right now, they say he's sick. Nobody has seen Joe Biden since the 17th.
He's supposed to be on TV tonight, man.
Yeah, nobody's seen him. He's supposed to be on TV tonight. He didn't show for that. He didn't show up for Kamala Harris's first speech. He's just been on the phone on speak. So they may do that too. Because just think about it. A man walking around shaking hands with invisible people and shitting on himself. I mean, think about it. I mean, I don't think he's going to be president until November. Let's just be honest. You just got to be honest with the whole
Black
thing.
man, here's my whole thing, man. What people got to realize, this is bigger than Trump. You know what I'm saying? When you voting for Kamala Harris, you say, for instance, you do win. Now you got Putin. What you gonna do?
Nothing.
Now you got Kim Jong-un. What you gonna do?
She's gonna try to do to them what she
now
did.
You got Iran. What you gonna do?
Yeah, she's gonna try to do to them. She's gonna
Right.
try to do to them what she did to get the vice presidency.
But they don't play those games over there. That's what we keep trying to tell them, man. They don't play them games. They don't play them games over there. They don't want to hear nothing about your DEI. They don't want to hear about your alphabets. They don't care about none of that. They will light you up, and they do not care. They will test her. They will. This is bigger than Trump.
Yeah, if she wins, we will definitely be the laughing stock of the world. For sure. They're going to laugh us out the fucking building. And at least with Trump, and I know that, my sister Anissa, she knows this too. They're going to laugh at us. They are not going to respect us as a country. If she becomes president, there's no respect left for us. they're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, okay, this is what we doing. Okay, cool." But I'm gonna play this last video, then we're gonna get into the conversation for tonight. Here we go. The difference
of standing on business.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly. One word. Pretty straightforward.
I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped.
All right. Straightforward to the point. But I do want to get into the to the show tonight, man. Guys, let the women work. Black men should be stay-at-home fathers. All right. I want to start with Anissa. Anissa, what are your thoughts about because I want to say this before we start. Black men make up the largest amount of men who are stay-at-home fathers right now, statistically speaking. So what do you think about that growing number of men who are staying home while their women work on this? So what are your thoughts? Let there
She
be
on tape delay, man.
Oh, there she go. There she go. Did you hear me, Anissa?
I did not. Repeat that.
Oh no, I said it's a growing amount of men, black men especially, lead in stay-at-home fathers now. And it's a growing thing where men are staying at home while the women are out working. What are your thoughts? What's
my thoughts on it? If it were me personally, the only person that's going to be staying at home is me. That's how I feel about that. Period. Point blank.
Wow.
There's hope for you, yes, sister.
Take heed to the message. What are your thoughts, baby?
No.
I'll share something with you. If the woman is the one that has to cater for everything, she gonna treat the husband like a bitch. I'm not lying. She's going to. So when this happens, and I said this before about a year ago on my channel, when this is when the time a man will give up his kingship. You give up your kingship. Even I don't care how much money you make. Long as you bring it home and bring it to the family and you're supporting, you don't give up your kingship. But when you're not bringing anything in at all, and it's not that, oh, I got out of work just for a little bit and I'm going to find another job. When you just totally are home with the children and she's doing everything, you have given up your kingship and you her bitch now. And she going to treat you accordingly. Women who have to take care of their husband and it's a definite thing, you the bitch now. That's what it is. You the bitch. Okay? That's what you gonna be. She gonna treat you just like that. So anytime she get mad, anytime she wants some dick, you better act like you know. So, I mean, I applaud those brothers who do that, I mean, that's your business, But other women gonna know that's what you are. You a bitch. I'm done. I'm finished.
Embrace the grace. I don't know how you're gonna follow that shit up.
I don't know, but I'm as sure as hell try like a button on a fat man's shirt.
Okay, go ahead, baby.
First of all, it's out of order. It's out of order because that's not how men are wired and women are wired. And just like Takey said, you are not going to have respect for that man knowing that you're paying all the bills, all the mortgage, and you see your man sitting at home taking care of the kids. It's admirable, and I commend the men, but that's what women wanted. So women can't get pissed off. You wanted feminism. You wanted equal rights. Well, now you fucking got it. So don't complain now, okay? So now the men are exercising their rights for feminism, and they're gonna stay home, and you can't say shit about it. Get your ass up, go to work, and pay and bring home the bacon. But at the end of the day, I'm traditional. I grew up in a traditional household, and it's out of order. And it probably work for a few years. But when she sees herself tired and bloated and PMSing and ankle swole, and she has to go to work, and her man is laid up watching video games, because what he's gonna do? The kids are at school. There's only so much you can do in a day when the kids are at school all day. There's only so much you can clean. There's only so much laundry you can do. He gonna be playing video games, smoking an L, calling his boys, and then you're gonna get mad. But that's what y'all women wanted. That's what y'all modern women wanted. So reap what you sow, go to work, and shut the fuck up. I digress. My mic is muted.
Man, Miss Jenny.
Oh boy.
Take heed, built the volcano, embrace the grace, lit the match. Are you gonna blow it up?
I feel like surprisingly no. I started off my statements by saying that I'm usually very predictable, but I don't think that this comment I'm gonna make is predictable for me. But I don't know. I watch a lot of like homemaker content on YouTube and Instagram. And what I find is that in those dynamics, I guess you could say that it is the woman who's the breadwinner, because if she has a really big channel, or if she has a very big platform, has a lot of followers, then she's probably bringing in a lot of the money. And then, they're both stay-at-home parents, and they're both kind of, doing that stay-at-home thing because social media is very flexible. But I think that it would be considered that, well, this is your wife's YouTube channel, or this is your wife's Instagram, so therefore she's the breadwinner and you're just like the stay-at-home dad and you're just helping her out. And so I don't know, but I mean, I like that. I mean, I think that would probably be the ideal, because then the husband can do everything around the house, and he can help with the kids, and he can do all, and then he can still do the lawn, fix the car, fight off intruders, and then he's still a present part of the kids, upbringing and everything. And so he's not gone 8 to 12 hours a day making the money, because, they might both be working on the channel. Maybe he's working on the background, building the website, maintaining it, organizing partnerships and deals and things like that. I don't know. But whenever I see that online, I like that a lot. And I'm just like, man, I like the idea of, my channel getting big enough to where, my husband can stop working his formal job and he could like do something in that regard, or, he could have his own, like, other channel where he talks about something and like we work together on social media or online. And I mean, I want to, I don't want him to be gone. I want him to be around as much as he can. So if he could have some kind of stay-at-home job or help me do something, then I like that. But I mean, I do understand where the other people are coming from, because it can muddy the waters of the power dynamic. And so that makes a lot of sense. But I think that if you can work that out, then I think that would be the ideal, but maybe not for everybody.
Jenny, that's not the same thing, baby. He's working and helping to build a dynasty. It's not the same thing, baby. I think what he's trying to say, what Black Man Unfiltered is trying to say, a man who's not working at all, like he's home, just taking care of the children, and that's it. That's a blessing that he could take care of the children. That's wonderful. Yeah. But the mindset of the woman will change. The mindset of the woman will change if she's the one that's only going out every day and working. Because now her girlfriends are going to be talking to her. Her mama going to be talking to her. She's going to put in her mind that he's a bitch. And she's going to treat him accordingly. So I don't think it's the same thing, baby. If they building a website or they building content together, that's different. That's a job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if he's one of the men who put like the fake breasts on with the milk coming out of it and starts breastfeeding the kid and shit. Yeah, that would really put the icing on a goddamn cake. Listen, there's some guys who do that. So let me tell you.
Go ahead, Arpain.
There is no freaking way that a man should ever accept his wife going out and he stays home and nurturing the kids while their kid doing all that shit. I don't know. What percentage of black men are doing that? 5, 10, 15?
No, sir, 20%.
20%. Just stay at home and shit. Let me tell you this. The power dynamic is not
Arpain,
only...
hold on. Before you go, Arpain, I want to add some context to what you're saying so you could, feed, cook.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, it says 20% of black men. We're the largest amount of men at home as stay-at-home dads.
Okay.
20%. Right behind us is the white man. After that, Hispanics 3%, Asians 2%. They ask them men say, "Fuck that, we working." But the white man, the black men, we're leading. Black men are leading at 20%.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
so that's
like
I think it's 4 million black men at home, stay-at-home dads.
4 million. Jeez. Yeah. Listen, no matter what anybody says, because we have content creators up here who try to espouse stay-at-home dads and shit that it's okay, and there's always arguments on. I've seen some panels about that shit before. You can't go against nature. A woman who's out there hustling for a living, 50 hours a week, coming home and you're asking her for cigarette money and milk money and shit like that, and then you got to be a king in the bedroom at night. That shit ain't working, man. Let me also say that she's going to be out there hustling for a living with a whole bunch of alpha men around her. Somebody's going to have her ass leaning over the goddamn desk, and banging that shit out before it's all over. It's just no way. I'm telling you guys, listen, and I always get this shit, you too old and this a newfangled shit. Women are fucking still women. I ain't never getting, I'm never changing. So it's a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. And if you're out of work, the first thing you need to do is try to find some kind of job. And even if you're stay at home, which changes to the way that Take Heed said, you better build a business that you can do from home and make income. And that's it. But never sit down here and say, honey, can I have a couple of dollars so I can go out and shit with the boys? Oh, God damn it. Man, this shit is just no way that shit works. None. Well, let me just end it there.
Mr. Fantastic. Hey man, you're gonna get married, one day, man, and she's probably gonna she's gonna make more than you, man, and she's gonna want you to stay at home. So, how do you feel about these stay-at-home dads, brother?
Hey man, I can't listen. I'm never gonna be with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna be a dude with that trash bag, outside the door, because that's definitely gonna happen when she get mad. Okay, you let it's a Bible verse. I'm surprised Miss Jenny didn't quote that verse. I think it's Ecclesiasticus, and I can't remember what it is, but pretty much when a woman maintains a man, you know what I'm saying, she pretty much loses all respect for him, and that's what it talks about. So that's never going to change. And actually, to that point, because I had this debate, when women do make more than the man, though, the divorce rate goes up by 50%. So even the numbers support it. Like Mr. Payne said, gender roles and just the natural way of things, we're never gonna. I don't care that you can have the computers doing damn everything, but you know what I'm saying. But bedroom action for you, and men are still gonna be men, and women still gonna be women. So yeah, man, that I didn't know that 20% is high as shit.
That's high, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. So again, man, I'm just so surprised that it's even that situation. But if that's the case, hey man, you all the 6-figure niggas out here, man. Hey, know your worth. All right,
exactly, bro.
All you brothers out here, man, they got your shit together, man. Know your worth, because that means these women are doing exactly what they say they don't want. They taking care of some broke ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? Doing the the lion's share. So yeah, man, I think that's something very, very interesting. You need to take heed of and just move forward.
We want to welcome my brother Twin. How you been? Professor in the building tonight.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism to the panel.
Absolutely.
How's it going, guys? Thank you for having me again, Twin.
No problem, Twin. Hey, Embrace the Grace. What you got? And then we get to Professor.
Well, I know Embrace the Grace did open the door for me last week when I came down to Georgia.
So
wait a minute.
That lip on. Here we go.
You got that red lip on.
Hi, Professor. How are you tonight?
I'll be doing a lot better when you open the door.
Jesus Christ.
Black man, I already spoke on this.
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, as long as you take accountability, that's all it's about out here.
Wow.
Wow. But no, I want to say this real quick. Embrace the grace.
Yes, sir.
When you marry whoever you choose, because it seems like you're a hot commodity these days. Your cheeks are on fire. But when you do get married, and you making real good money, and are you going to go ahead and tell your baby that, hey, baby, you know what? You can stay at home.
No, it doesn't work. I lived that life, and it doesn't work. I worked 3 jobs while he worked 1, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It's the men are not wired like that. No, my man can either have a job, work on a business, a side hustle, but you're gonna bring something into the household. You have to bring something, because if you want my respect as a woman, you have to act like the man and the lead. I have to respect you as a leader of the house. I have to respect you as the decision making in the home. So how am I going to do all that if you're not bringing? I'm sorry, I'm too old school, guys. Man brings home the bacon and we cook the bacon, and that's how I've been built all my life. Now, do we share house chores? Absolutely. Do we share bills? Absolutely. Because just to be middle income, you have to have 2 incomes nowadays. But for him to be staying at home, and as in my age, I'm Black Man Unfiltered, ain't no, there's no kids to take care of. They ain't nothing to do. Everybody leave the house when I leave. You too, mama. Let's go. Everybody leaving the house when I leave.
Damn, Professor, you in trouble.
Yeah, because my ass ain't working. No.
As long as you bring in money, if you're bringing in money and not working, then that's fine. And it has to be legally, sir, because I'm not going to jail for you. Legally.
I'm just glad you said you know how to cook the bacon. You know how many women I met that can't even spell bacon, but no, and my fat ass love bacon. But anyway, no, I concur with a lot of what everyone else is saying. Yeah, a man has to work. I remember I met a real estate agent one time. She said, "Oh, my husband's a stay-at-home husband," and I looked at her like she had 3 eyes and 4 titties. So I like, hold on. I didn't know what, like, your man stay at home and take care of the kids. Like, where they do that at? But no, some people do that. I guess it's cool for some people, but as for me in my house, I'm gonna go to work. I may not make as much as my girl, or I may make more than my girl. It doesn't matter. We make more together, and I'm going to work. I can't just sit at home and do absolutely nothing. That's not gonna happen. So I concur with everyone else. I'm going to work.
Now, before Lost gets in here, Lost, go ahead and go. Then I'm going to add another perspective to this thing that I've read.
Black man, here's my thing. If your respect is for sale,
Did you hear what I said?
you can keep that shit. You can keep that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can stay over there at your house with your cats and your dogs and somebody else's kids. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you people? You know what I'm saying? Your respect is for sale. Let me tell you something. My doggone protection ain't for sale. My provision ain't for sale. You know what I'm saying? None of that. My wisdom ain't for sale. You know what we got to start doing? We got to start charging these heifers for everything.
Did you hear what I said?
Because we need to run them a tab. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly what they don't value in men is the very thing that they say that they bring to the damn table.
Did you hear what I said?
They're going to sit up here and they're going to talk about, well, you know, I clean up and this, that, and other. And they turn on the man clean up. It ain't shit.
Did you hear what I said?
You see what I'm saying? They're going to say, I take care of the kids all day, but if the man do it, it ain't shit.
Did you hear what I said?
Let me tell you something. If your respect for me is for sale, you can keep that until you learn. You keep that until you learn. My whole thing is this. Black man, let me ask you a question. What would it look like if all the men stayed at home and kept their kids? I can tell you what I can probably surmise. The boys wouldn't be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because the dads would understand them. They'll go out and get exercise. You know what I'm saying? They'll go out to the gun range. They'll go out and teach them ain't nothing in this world for free. You know what I'm saying? They'll teach them to go out there and take care of business, you know, and don't cry and don't moan and don't holler about nothing. You know what I'm saying? They'll teach them how to figure things out, you know, all of that stuff. But my whole thing is this: if what got us in this mess that we in is letting the women coddle the kids, then I can't help but think the men.
Did you hear what I said?
The men got the answer. They got the answer, man. So if you ask me, 20% is nasty work. But my thing is, if it's getting the job done, man, let them do their thing, man. Let them rock out. Y'all sit up here, y'all want to holler about, yeah, I want to make all the money, blah, 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 blah. But my thing is, if you lose respect for him when he doggone doesn't work, but yet he still maintains respect for you, even though you don't work, the problem ain't with him. The problem is with you. What I said. The problem is with you and what you value. You see what I'm saying? You can shake your head all you want to, but the minute we doggone flip this thing and we drizzle it up and drizzle, and then all of a sudden it's a problem, you might want to think about something that you're doing wrong. Because just because you change it around, it's still the same thing. It's just like in math. You know, everything on the side of the equation is going to be the same, whether you move it on this side or to the right. It's the same exact thing. But the minute that you start putting your own personal feelings in the math, it never works out. It never works out. But like I said earlier, if your respect for me is for sale, you keep that shit. Did you hear what I said?
Now I want to say this. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. We're 100 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers. And we have done, I want to say this as a break right here. We have done 1,000 shows, guys. 1,000 shows. That's a lot of fucking work. So, man, to you guys for coming on, supporting the channel, you guys watching who are in the chat, thank you for that. We're going to continue to grow and continue to get out there, man. I appreciate everybody and everything that you do for this network. Now, I did want to say this. I think it's I looked at the Pew Research, if you guys want to go check that out. Some of the comments that the people are leaving, some of the white women are saying it's a cultural thing. White women and black women look at stay-at-home dads differently. And watch this. This is how it happened. The white woman says the reason that one of the white women said the reason that I'm a doctor. I make almost $275,000 a year. My husband was making $70,000 a year. It does not make sense for him to continue to work when my kids can bond with their father at home. I requested that he leave his job and be with our children, homeschool our children, feed them, make sure they're taken care of.
Requested or demanded?
She said she requested. So she said, but it's a cultural thing because white women don't do that. Now, if you go look at the statistics, and I know my boy Mr. Fantastic is great at these numbers. If you go look at what relationships fail when the woman lets the father stay at home, the white folks shit ain't moving. Their numbers staying the same. They divorces, they're not breaking up. But our shit, black women after a couple of years, that shit's done. Them white women, they support it. Baby, stay at home with our children. I got you. Don't worry about anything. You know, if you go online, there's a YouTube channel, Stay at Home Dads on the YouTube channel. So whites only. I didn't see no black daddies on there. But there was some white daddies on there. And the woman bought her husband a car, thanking him for being the father he is, and bought him a brand new fucking car and took him to fucking Rome for his birthday and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Did she tell him about who's busting it down the door?
So, I don't know, but I think it is a cultural thing. I think black would be like Anissa said. She who? She
You better buy your man an F-150.
Yeah, Brace the Grace said, when I leave, everybody fucking leave it. Take Heed said, you a bitch. Right? And the white women said, no, baby, John, no, I got you, okay? You stay here. But I don't think black men are built like that either. My wife could not come and tell me, baby, stay at home. Fuck that. I feel less than a man. That's just me. But, you know, do y'all think it's a cultural thing? That's the question.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing.
Come on, take it. I saw your finger up. Go ahead.
So I want to share this with you. We are the originals. We always forget that part. Black people, we are the original. In anything that we do, we are the original. Even when Pop didn't make a lot of money and he only brought about $5 a week home, he was a man. He knew he was bringing money home to his family. So black men are not designed to do that. They're not. Ask any black man how it feels when they're not working. If they are a true king, ask them how it feels when they're not working. They feel less than a man. And only how I'm talking like this because I have seen it. I have seen it. It doesn't look good, and it makes the person feel less than a person. When me and my king first married, I have always made more money than this man. I've always made more money than him. My king felt some type of way. He went and got another job so he can make more money than me. And I looked at him. I said, honey, that's not what we doing. You don't have to do that. He said, no, it's not that I don't have to do that. He said, I want to do it. I want to do it. And now, even now that we have been married this long, for about 10 years, my king has made more than me. I don't make as much as I used to once I left where I was in Newark. So my king takes on the lion's share of everything. Before, it was just me taking on the lion's share, but my king worked. So I still had respect for him. But there was a time where he wasn't working and I wasn't working. And when I wasn't working, it was a different type of atmosphere in the house. My king liked that I was home. He liked that I was around the children and taking care of everything, even though I was doing that beforehand, but he liked the extra time that when I was home. But there was a time when my king had to be home and he didn't like that shit. He was like, I got something.
Man.
And he was out there running, trying to find everything, trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? So it's different in our culture because we look at the man as he is the provider. So when we get up here and we say that, oh, because the woman did it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean like we're sitting up here trying to find out, okay, well, the woman is taking care of the children, she's doing everything, and then when a man is doing it, that it ain't shit. Only why it ain't shit is because y'all black men made it ain't shit. If you meet a man that is your friend and he's not working, you quickly tell him, man, Ninja, you better get your ass a job. You quickly tell him that. Y'all talk amongst each other. It's not us saying that to you. Y'all brothers talk amongst each other and say, nah, Ninja, you better get a job. Now, I wanna address something. How if you look at Tabitha, right? Tabitha, mega star now, right? Okay. When she wasn't working, her husband took on what? He started working for LAPD. He was working, he was a cop for years. Okay. Once Tabitha made it big, she told him, baby, I'm retiring you. I'm retiring you, baby. You know why she felt that way? Because her husband has always been there for her dreams.
Yep.
All her dreams, he was there. Baby, I don't care if ain't nobody gonna hire you right now. Once you get once you get that first hit, baby, run with it. He was encouraging her. And that's why it was easy for her to say, I'm retiring my husband. And she came to social media, she told everybody, I'm retiring him. Do you think she really retired him? Because Chance is on the books, baby. Chance is getting some money out of all this Tabitha. Because he already said, this my brand right here. She was sitting right there in the chair. He said, this my brand. Okay. I've been working on this brand for close to 20-something years. This my brand. I love what he said. Because he's been there for her dreams. That's why she can stand up and tell everybody, I'm retiring my husband.
And they ate our ass up for that shit too.
They did. But I pray I'll be able to do the same thing. I would love to give my husband everything that I got within me and anything that I get. I would love to, because my king is just that type of man. He just a wonderful, caring, loving husband. And I'm gonna share something with you. Hell or high water, me and this man been through storm and rain, and we still together. So that's the problem that I have. We will get up here and we will say that does not make sense. oh, it's a double standard. In that case, it will always be a double standard because you will lose your kingship to a black woman. See, white women don't see anything wrong with it because that's just their culture. You know what I'm saying? That's just their culture. A lot of stuff they do we look at them double-sided. Okay? We look at them double-sided, a lot of stuff that they do. Can you imagine you having a maid in your house, a black maid in your house? Okay? Back in the day, a black maid in your house. She just had a baby, you just had a baby. Okay? She watching a baby. You let the black maid breastfeed your baby. They do shit different from us. Do you think another black woman gonna let you breastfeed her baby? She not. She not. They do shit different from us, and I'm not hating on our Snow Bunny sisters, okay? But they do shit different from us because this is what will happen. Okay, this is what will happen. When somebody say something to her, oh, you taking care of your husband, you doing all these things for your husband, and she come across a true alpha male,
she gone.
She gonna start fucking that male, that alpha male. She gonna be fucking that alpha male, and he could be the director of the motherfucking hospital. She gonna be fucking that alpha male, and she gonna leave him with those motherfucking children. That's what she gonna do. White women, once they come across an alpha male, okay, and I'm not gonna leave my sisters out. My sisters will do the same shit too, okay. My sisters will do the same shit too. Because once you give up your kingship, that woman will go fuck an alpha male. And then when you find out, you know what she gonna tell you? You ain't never had a motherfucking job in your life. I've been taking care of your ass from the beginning. You ain't had shit if it wasn't for me. She'll tell you, white woman tell you that too. She'll tell you that too. But the difference between those white people, the husband might know that she fucking somebody at the hospital, but he gonna be quiet because he trying to keep that family together. But when she get ready to say she done that family is gone. They don't tell that. Go run and tell that now.
Yeah, we gotta do a show on the German woman.
I love the German woman.
I like her too. I like her too.
She did a second video.
Brooks.
She put a second video out.
Great.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Our Payne sent it to me. That boy, she went to hell in.
She was on fire.
Shoot, I'm trying to tell you. Easter Sunday.
Every one of her haters, she put all the black, whoever said something about her, and she talk about their wigs. She talk about how fat they was, how they need to get in the fucking gym. Black women ain't no competition to them German women. We love black men. Y'all, we know how to take care of them. She went in today.
And she's a cutie pie.
They started with her first.
Too.
They started with her first.
I booked my ticket for the middle of August.
Like, man, here's the thing, man. That was nasty work, Takey. I appreciate that.
That's right.
But here's the thing. What happened to forsaking all others?
Did you hear what I said?
Why are we getting opinion from other people outside the house? That's all I want to know. Why is your girlfriends having so much influence on what goes on in your house? You know, I don't care what my homies are gonna say. They don't have no influence on what's going on in my house. So we gonna have to be careful when we start listening to people who don't live in the house. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is if your king says, "Hey, take heed," hey, turn the TV off. You ain't gonna be like, "Well, black man said."
No, I'm gonna turn the TV off.
It's gonna be time to turn the TV off.
No,
my whole thing is this. My whole thing is that the problem that I see is that there's a lack of respect for men at the root.
Period.
At the root. You see what I'm saying? Now, my whole thing is this. I'm gonna take this as a teaching moment. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we like to get in these echo chambers where we really don't like to wrap our minds around things and think about it for a minute. You know, think about this. Why is it that your family and those outside of your household have influence on what goes on in your house? If what goes on in your house works for you and your household, that's what works. Because you know how I know that works? Because the very same rhetoric that women say about when a man wants to take care of a woman, they're gonna say, you know what, whatever works for your household, that works. You see what I'm
Whatever
saying?
works for you, girl.
So if it works when it applies and benefits a woman, why doesn't it work and apply when it works for a man? You see what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. My whole thing is that we want to guilt men into doing and bending to the will of women. And I think that's the crux of this whole election cycle. And it's not going to go like y'all think it's going to go, because I think 2020 had something to say about that. And the mindset of men has changed. So my whole thing is this: if we want to make sure that we are on the same path and the same page, there are certain rules that are in place, especially if you're Christians, you know, that we start off when we get married. Love, honor, obey, forsaking all others. If we hold those things to be self-evident and we keep God at the forefront, then no matter what the rest of the world does, it can burn. You see what I'm saying? Because if God is directing your path, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. You see what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. So when we start letting other people influence us and we don't know who's influencing them, then my whole thing is you're inviting the devil into your home unknowingly.
Well, we've talked about this. Well, we've talked about this.
Of course we did.
But most of the women who will say, Anissa, girl, I wouldn't put up with that man, because Anissa made an agreement for her man to stay at home, just for shits and giggles, right? Just for an example.
Okay. Just for shits and giggles. Okay.
Yeah, shits and giggles. If that man stayed at home and you agreed to that man staying at home, and your girlfriend come tell you, girl, I wouldn't do it. Ooh, I don't see how you doing it. Like Chicky said, the girlfriends can have something to say. But my thing is this: those very girlfriends who will come to you and say that, they, like y'all talk about that alpha male gonna be fucking that girl, no matter if he working or not, gonna be fucking your husband. Let me give you an example. I know a musician here in Dallas. Oh, he cold with it. And he somehow he had got in a car wreck or something where he couldn't play for a long time. He was out for a while. He had to wait his leg heal and all this shit. Well, while his leg was healing, they told him, he couldn't play because he played drums, keyboard, he played every fucking thing. He was a jack of all trades. And so his wife went to the beauty salon and said he wasn't working. They were having sex, but he wanted to try different positions and do all this other shit. And she told him, girl, oh, okay, yeah, oh, really? Okay, really? Next thing you know, 6 weeks later, my living room door, my front of my house, it's her standing in front of my house. I used to sing in their group. She come to the door, she told my wife, I can't believe this motherfucker cheating on me. Well, who's he cheating on you with? The fucking hairstylist. Oh, really? You mean to tell me the same hairstylist that was telling you to leave him alone? And now you told him you didn't want to do all, girl, you ain't got to do all them different styles. You ain't got to suck no dick. You ain't got a call she want to do is missionary. You ain't got to do all that different stuff. You ain't got to suck no dick. You ain't got to do all this. And guess what? Lost in translation.
What's that?
He's married to the hairstylist today. And they got two kids.
Stop.
So stop running your fucking mouth talking about, oh my God. Oh, don't be with him. Those girls want to fuck your man. And it's evident. They want to fuck your husband. And they will. And in this case, she took him from her. And now she's still single to this day. Crying still to this day. This shit was 6 years ago. She's still crying about the shit today. Ain't got no man, ain't got no husband, ain't got.
Yeah, while Dexter St. Jacques,
what
Dexter St. Jacques swooping in, having his way with you, what really did he get?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What type of woman did he really get? What kind of prize did he really get? That's all I'm saying. Go ahead,
and if you look at a picture of both of them, shit, night and day. It's like looking at Halle Berry and Gabrielle Sidibe.
Woo,
I gotta ask a question to all the men on the panel.
Yes.
Could you actually not work? Could you actually not work and let your wife go out to work every day? I just want to know.
Hell no.
Proverbs 31 says she was doing that anyway. I wouldn't have married her if she wasn't a part of the PEP crew, potential earning power crew.
I
learned that from a mayor.
understand that, but I'm
Yeah,
saying because both of you is supposed to work. Both
you know
of
what?
you
Let me ask
supposed
you a
to work,
question.
right?
What'll happen if something happens to me?
Oh no, that's different. That's different. That's
Why
different.
should it be
But I'm
different?
saying if you came in, like check this out. You married, you've been working, both of y'all been working, and something happens. Then that's different. She has to take it on. She has to take it on. Because remember, the wife is the helpmeet.
Yeah.
But if you just get in the house and you work for a little while, and then all of a sudden you say, I don't want to work no more.
Can't do it.
And then just do whatever she asks you to do in the house, but I don't want to work no more. Can you live like that?
No. The answer is
I'll
no.
put it to you like this. Yes, I can. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Listen, my whole thing is this: men work naturally. That's what they do. But you don't understand that there's a time and place where you're gonna have to sit down. I don't care who you are. Think about it. There's a lot of men who are on disability. Some of these guys, man, may have had served this country or whatever. But my whole thing is, what if something happens to you and your husband has to take care of you and you can't exactly do what you used to do? You know, do you expect him to go without? Do you expect him to be loyal to you when you can't do? That's the whole purpose of being married in the first place.
But y'all
To
playing
lean on each
catch
other
22.
when you
Y'all
can't.
playing catch 22 because y'all didn't say that in the beginning. Y'all
No,
didn't
wait a
say
minute.
That's
But here's the
different.
thing.
If
they didn't
that's
say that's
different if you're
different. If you're
disabled,
There's always a
disabled, there's a
possibility.
problem.
you
Y'all
just
didn't
said
say
that
that.
you're not
Y'all
working.
said that they was not
No,
working.
not working at all.
That.
You're not, you're right. They're not working at all.
Y'all didn't say that. Oh, something is wrong because I'll share
Tiki,
something
you're right.
with
You're
you.
right. You're
If
right. I said
something
that.
is wrong with my husband and he's sick and he can't work no more, I'm getting my motherfucking ass out there and I'm working to keep the shit we got. I'ma work. I ain't gonna be fucking nobody. I'm gonna be working and doing what I'm supposed to do because my husband did what the hell he had to do to take care of this motherfucking house. But if he just not working, just to not work, that's what I'm saying. That's how you lose your kingship.
I mean, we're with you, take heed.
Yeah,
The
take heed. Yeah, I
answer is
said
no.
that at the
The answer is no. The answer is fuck no. You can't move the goalposts. If you're an able-bodied man, you can't be home and letting your fucking wife work, man. It's crazy.
Well,
It's
let me ask you a
craziness,
question,
man.
Arpane. Arpane, let me ask you a question. My whole thing is this: where are we finding men who are not working at all? And why did you choose that
You're
person?
moving the goalposts, man.
No. What I'm asking you is, why are you choosing somebody who's not working, period?
Well, women are stupid, right? They choose bad men all the fucking time. They just do. I mean, stop. I mean, women are not good choosers of men unless somebody's there to help them say, listen, this guy's an asshole. I mean, listen, I got an ongoing thing with my oldest daughter. I do. I say, listen, if you got a guy you like, but you said you don't want to introduce him to me and your mother, then you're wasting your goddamn time. Right? If you don't think he's good enough to be in front of him, then why are you fucking with this guy? I'll tell her that. You know, so all I'm just trying to say, and I've said it more than once. Listen, women are not best to. We already know that, right? So I mean, sometimes that's why we have to choose them after they pass a certain litmus test. Men ain't the best either, but if you want to marry a woman, you got to somehow vet her enough to know she's worth marrying. But I'm telling you, but if we leave the goalpost just where it's at, I can't see a man agreeing with a woman for her to go out. If you ever been in a workplace, I was working 50 hours a week, all kinds of shit going on at work. You build relationships with people, co-workers, all that shit. If your wife is out there hustling for a living and coming home and giving you milk money, there's a man out there that is turning her on because they have those little lunch dates and shit. They have those little things that's going on, and it won't be long until she's in the car, even giving a blowy, giving a hand job. It might start with the hand job, and then it'll just keep.
Hold on, Lost. I got it.
So I'm just telling you, man.
So Arpane, so can we also switch this around? If a woman's sitting at home every day and maybe she's not doing everything around the house that the man is requiring her to do, and he builds relationships at work, and Sarah, his wife, ain't going to the gym, she's not working out, she's not cooking like she should. No, we're not changing. I'm saying we're reversing it. And he built a relationship with a woman at his job. He's going to end up fucking that woman at his job.
Yeah. Okay. So, but
because, you see what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Yeah. No. You say it's the same thing, but for the most part, the guys, the men, but he ain't looking at his wife different. Most men whose wives stay at home. That's
you know what our pain.
No. Let me finish. You guys,
I don't know. Let me finish. Come on, our pain. Talk our pain.
When a guy is working and his wife is at home,
he walking right into it.
No, I'm not walking in it because you guys, when the man's working, he could get into an affair, but he's fulfilling his obligation to his wife and family.
Yes.
Okay, so this why this whole adage that men could go bang out another woman and come home and still take care of the family. That's one thing. He doesn't start disrespecting his woman as a woman.
No, he
right. A woman who's fucking another man disrespects her husband as a man. That's the difference. Let me also say this. I'm gonna end it here. When if a woman is cheating with your husband, with a woman's husband, there's a chance that woman actually could even envy the wife. She could even envy the wife. But if a man's busting out your wife, he looks at the man, the husband, with full contempt. With full contempt. So there's a big difference. There's a natural condition and difference. So we could try to equate the fucking things about men going to work and fucking the secretary and shit. It ain't the same as your wife going to work and fucking the goddamn CEO. It's not the same.
I agree with you, Arpane. I agree with you, Arpane, because if a man fucks a woman, if I go to work and fuck another woman, I'm conquering that woman. But if a man fucks my wife, he conquered my wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see how that works. So I understand what you're saying, and so it will just never be the same. Even when she come back home, it's women are so good. I think the women. I think women. I think women were spawned by the devil. How can a woman have a good conscience? Men have horrible conscience. I remember back in the day, I would fuck somebody when I was dating a girl and then go fuck. I'd be like, God damn, I feel bad like a motherfucker. but women do not do that. Women will go suck dick, swallow nut, get bust in, throw that shit back, wipe that pussy off with a Kleenex, come home, kiss you in the mouth, rub your back, fuck you, and go to sleep and sleep like a baby. They fucking evil. They're fucking evil.
Black man, let me ask you this. What do we call Black? Let me ask you a question. What do we call a man who doesn't have respect enough for his wife not to cheat on him? What do we call him?
A man that don't cheat?
Yeah, no, a man who has no respect for his wife by cheating on her. What do we call him?
A bitch.
What's the equivalent for the female version?
She going through something.
Oh, she going through something. Okay, I just want to clear that up.
No, she a hoe. What is that?
Appreciate it. Thank you. That's the show.
Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Y'all something, man. I've been waiting.
She needed a little sexual healing.
I've been waiting for y'all to catch up with this joke all night long. Y'all listen. Y'all didn't walk into it. Y'all sashayed right on into that damn thing. You hear me? They walk right on into that thing. What we have been trying to tell you is that women do not respect men, period, whether you got money or not. As long as you do what they tell you to do, that's when your respect is bought and paid for. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've been trying to tell y'all, man.
Man, hey, Angry Man, I sent you the link, brother. Check your DMs. So hold on, let's do these super chats real quick. We got Angry Man said more boomer logic talking about our pain.
Angry Man, we go at it, man. Shoot. Man.
And Angry Man said because men actually love, women only love their children. You know what? That goes back to the Chris Rock thing he said in his stand up. He said women only love men based on what they can do. They love the children, the dog, and themselves unconditionally. But the man is only loved under the condition he can provide.
Yep.
And
Well,
we
women
just proved
definitely
that
have
tonight.
conditions. They definitely have conditions.
We just proved that
No,
tonight. The
y'all didn't
programming
prove
is so deep.
anything. Nope,
The
y'all did
programming is so
not.
deep.
Y'all moved the goalposts, and that's
You
how
know
you
what?
said to
Hey,
prove it.
hey,
No,
Key, let me ask you a question. When have we
I've
ever
been
known?
married a long time. Ain't no way, no
Key,
good in hell well. That don't
let
make
me
no
ask you a
sense.
question. Key, let me ask, when have women never moved the goalposts?
No, but y'all did it tonight.
But I will give
Y'all
you
do
this.
it every
Y'all
day.
did it tonight.
Listen, I will give you this, but here's the thing: the reason why we moved it, because we first started with the kids, because we know y'all love the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Not mine.
We said fathers like to stay at home with their kids. That means he's doing something, okay? And the closer we moved away from him doing something for her, then all of a sudden the respect for him disappeared. That's all we're just trying to say. That's the reason why we didn't. We understand men don't work, don't eat. We understand that. But the exercise was to show you that the programming is so deep inside women that they are going to be rebellious regardless. The nicest women, the most beautiful women, you know what I'm saying? They have zero respect for you the minute you can't do for them. And I think men need to be aware of that.
Y'all moved
Our
the
parents said that several
goalposts
times.
tonight. No.
Come on, disagree. Go ahead,
No.
Arpain.
Dude, don't worry. That nigga ain't shit.
Come on, Arpain.
No.
I want to hear this pander action. Come on.
No, it's not.
Pander cat.
Our
I
pain
think
is
you
not
guys are
pandering
better.
tonight. No.
I'm not, man. Listen, man. Listen. You guys, it's not programming. Women by nature respect men who can do. That's just the way that shit is, man. You can't change that. Women, you know, forget. I mean, you go back into the baby boomer caveman days, and go further back. Women always respect the man who could do. The guy who went out and got most meat got the most pussy. Man, it's as simple as that. That shit didn't change. I mean, what are you talking about, man? If you go back to the ancient fucking guys, the men who were the hunters, they got the best shit. And then the women and the children were on the inside of the goddamn cave. The men were on the line. So if they got attacked, they had to fight first. I mean, it's just the way that shit is. You know, so it's natural for a woman to expect shit from men.
That's a lie.
Just is.
That's a lie, Arpain.
Okay.
Because if what you're saying is true, Pookie and Ray Ray don't exist. Because
No, it's not true. That's not true. That's not.
Hold on, there are men out here right now with wife beaters on and one shorts fucking women who work in corporate jobs. They ain't got no money.
Hold on now. Hold on. That's a natural thing too. Because those fucking women see something aesthetically in those motherfuckers. That's part of it too. Listen, when Kiki Palmer fucked a light-skinned brother like AM, right? I had to say that so he could get on my case. She saw something.
Damn.
She saw
Let
something.
me introduce the man first.
She
Before you start throwing bricks at him.
her baby. I know. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm on joke. She saw something in that man that she wanted for the aesthetics of her baby. She didn't give a shit about him.
So
she
fucked.
hold on.
So hold on. So don't that explain 80% of single moms then? Because they saw something in it.
Yeah, because they saw something they wanted from the motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
And he was there. The same principle. It's something they wanted. It's something they wanted. So if you're a CEO, listen, I was a president of the frat, right? I was a president of the frat when I was in college. I probably got more pussy than I deserved because I was a goddamn president.
Probably right.
You know, so I was a president. I freely admit that shit. And when women used to come up to me, man, touch my sweater and my colors and shit, I said, you know what? Maybe I should feel offended by this, but let's go, baby.
Hey, you talking too loud.
Fuck the bullshit, man. So
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, Angry
Man? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, sir. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, y'all?
What's happening?
What you got to say? And I want after Angry Man go. I want to hear what Take Heed said. How we move the goalposts. But go ahead, Angry Man. Go ahead.
We did that for a reason. I admit that.
So I wanna ask Arpain a question. But here's the thing. Us light-skinned brothers, every last drop of punani that I got, I know I deserved. So that's probably the reason why you dark-skinned brothers be having issues with us, because y'all don't be feeling like y'all deserve shit. We know so that's one. You feel me?
Oh man,
that explains that. That's why that little bit of light skin hate be coming out like that. But
I don't hate all the light skin motherfuckers.
But question I want to ask R-Pain is this.
Yes, sir.
Can you just walk up to your wife and just take the coochie whenever you feel like it? Even if she ain't in the mood.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You know, and when she's
Man,
not in the
stop
mood.
the cap.
No, let me say this.
Right.
You asked me a question. You're asking me a question.
Let me rephrase.
And you're not gonna let me answer. Listen.
Let me rephrase. Hold on. Let me rephrase.
Okay.
I don't think you get what I'm asking.
Okay.
When you first met your wife, before y'all were married, when you first met her and you looked at her, you was attracted to her.
Yes, I was.
Could you just pull her in the room and have sex with her because you wanted it?
Oh, the first day? No, the first day. But let me say this: the first day, just not knowing nothing about it. No, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't even try that. No, but go ahead.
So guess what? During those times back in the day that you keep talking about, where women would go after the dude that hunted the most and did all of that, he could do that back then.
Yeah. Okay. So
now the reason why I'm pointing this out is because why do you expect the men to evolve to be more civilized, but you expect the women to continue acting like we still in the damn village?
Yeah, you're asking me whether I think the women haven't evolved.
I mean, you just made a whole argument for how they happen.
No. But listen, women in the sexual marketplace, women are like fucking wild beasts out here, man. They're fucking anybody they want.
Okay,
they are. Right? We can't have a big baby Palmer. We can't have the issues we're having with all of these illegitimate kids out here if the women ain't fucking the way they want to fuck.
And you cannot.
I mean, right?
In this day and age, as a man, you cannot expect to be able to take coochie whenever you want it.
No, you can't.
To slap women upside the head whenever you disagree with them. You can't do none of that. So, in other words, men have had to evolve over time when it comes to their interaction with women. We cannot continue to be barbaric like we were back in the day. So, why is it you don't expect women in this day and age to actually evolve to the point where they love men for more than just what the fuck they can do for them?
Well, because women have, actually at one point, I think women have gotten there. They devolved with feminism. They devolved. They called women empowerment was 100% directly proportional to how many dicks they sucked. They called that female empowerment, and women fucking they cleaved to that shit in droves.
So then basically
they fucked up families, they fucked up weddings, they fucked up family structures. So they devolved.
So basically what you're telling me is that because women are not going to accept you walking up and just taking it, they're not going to accept you just going upside their head. So basically what you're telling me is that the men have been accepting bullshit and the women haven't.
No, I don't think. I'm saying that women have devolved to where they. It's not directly, but they devolved to the point where they're coming up to men and saying, "Listen, you got what I want, and here's some pussy," and men are gonna take it because we want pussy all the time. Now, how many men walk away from pussy? Not too many. But angry man, you an evolved dude, right? The average rank and file guy who ain't getting no pussy ain't turning it down. He's not turning it down.
Problem.
Well, we got a lot of those guys out there, right? We got an incel problem. We got all that stuff. So the nature of men and women is pretty much that dance is still going on. And at one point when I was younger, let me just say this. When I was younger, women used to take pride in dividing themselves from the 304s. That shit ain't true no more.
But you can't tell a difference. But you can't, like, do y'all get what I'm saying to him? You can't continue to make the argument. You can't continue to dismiss bad female behavior.
No, I'm not. I'm just pointing out
their nature, because we don't get to dismiss our bad behavior.
I agree with you there.
On our nature.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that's how we would want it to be. That's not how it is.
We the men. Wait.
No, I'm talking about we want women to evolve, but they haven't. That's why we're having so much trouble. That's why we're having this gender war.
Who's Who's in charge of the society?
Oh, you know what? Unfortunately, the white man has made a Western society a haven for fucking women. They have all around the place. That's why we got the stupid fucking laws we got. Right? We've made it so comfortable for women to do what the fuck they want to do in every aspect of our lives. We're living through this fucking. I mean, so we don't want it that way. I'm just telling you, this the way it is.
Wait. What the holy hell the white man got to do
because
our control over our women? Do you realize? Check this out, RP. Do
Yes,
you realize that Pookie in the hood got more control over his woman than the average brother?
Woo, you preaching.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Pookie don't care about the white man's control.
Okay, so yes, but I'm trying to speak in levels here, right? Because we live in the West. But I understand what you're saying. But when we talk about control, how much control black men have over their women? Right? We sit on these panels. I hear motherfuckers arguing about that shit all the time. And it's constant and it's incessant. Right? Because we want them to come in line. And they haven't moved a bunch. They haven't moved the needle at all.
Because these men are a bunch of bitches.
Bitches.
Right. And when
I agree with that.
When you tell them that they being bitches, they don't want to listen. So, but the white man ain't got shit to it.
All right, so listen, you guys are making me argue with you guys. I understand the way you want it to be. I'm just telling you the way it is. I would rather it be where men, and so I can only control what I control in my household.
Let me quote John Witherspoon from Friday. That's not what it is. Exactly. Ain't the way it is. These you boys today, you just sissified. You feel me? It's not the way it is. Look, here's the problem.
Yes,
and this is where the irony comes in at, right? We can't walk around here beating our chests, talking about we the men and we the leaders and we this and we that, and then turn around in the same breath and say it's the way it is because that's how women want it to be.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it.
Now,
I'm saying the army of simps out there far outweigh the angry mans of the world. Or the BMUs of the world, or even me. We got more simps than per capita than anybody, and that's why this shit is the way it is. I would like it to change, and we can only change what we can do in our sphere of influence. Like you got a. Let me just say this: you got a big following, angry man. You impact and you influence the following you have. BMU is building his, and that's the only way it's going to happen. Even Kevin Samuels, who made a lasting impression, only took it for so far, and the fight and the battle still rages on. But still, but we got thousands of hyenas out there screaming into the wind, screaming loud and shit, right? And so we got legislation backing them. We got all kinds of shit backing them. Have you noticed all the black women who are getting these high positions and high power? They're all fucking liberals.
The hyenas are irrelevant.
We want them to be irrelevant.
Real quick, Anger Man. Okay. I was at the barbershop sitting in the chair. I'm getting lined up. This guy that was in there before me came back in. These were his words. He said, "Hey, Peter." Peter said, "Yeah, what's up, man?" Peter's the barber. He said, "Hey, listen, I know you just cut my hair. I just FaceTime my wife. She said it needs to be down a little bit more."
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. So here's the problem, right? Here's the problem.
Swear to God.
Y'all giving the hyenas more power than they actually have.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so number one, the hyenas are irrelevant because the only thing in the hyenas' future is the elephant boneyard.
I agree with that.
But lions don't date hyenas. Lions don't marry hyenas. Lions run hyenas the fuck away. And the problem is too many men walking out around here that think they hyenas too instead of knowing that they lions.
Come on, bro.
That's the problem. The problem is like the dude he just said, calling his freaking wife. If I'd have been in that barbershop, I would have roasted him into oblivion. I'd have been like, wait a minute.
I think you agree with my last statement. There's an army of simps just like that out there, man. It's an army of these motherfuckers, man. You can't. I know we would like to say they're doing the wrong thing, but they have influence. They have the hyenas out there have an army.
Ain't got no influence.
No, I'm saying they got an army. We don't have to say we agree with what they're doing. That's not what I'm saying. But just the motherfuckers exist. We're fighting the goddamn simps every goddamn day on these panels.
But men have to be unapologetic. Men have to be unapologetic with women, and they have to be unapologetic with men.
I agree with that.
You got to check the men, and you got to check the women, and y'all and men are scared to check the women. It's happy wife, happy life. Fuck that.
All right. So just because we're having this debate doesn't mean I disagree with any fucking thing you guys are saying. Either we're gonna have a full round of debate or not. Those motherfuckers out there exist, and we can't just ignore them and think they're going to go away. They haven't.
You do know. I gotta bring this up. I gotta say it, even though you don't like it. You do realize that army of simp shit started with your generation,
with the
right?
boomers.
Oh, you stop that bullshit, man. I don't agree with that.
Exactly correct.
It's not true. It's just not true,
bro. Listen, y'all was some
It's the truth.
Y'all was some old Lenny Williams.
Ralph Tresvant need a man with sensitivity.
All that shit. Yep.
Nissa. Come on, Nissa.
I just had a question for Angry Man, getting back to the topic. So do you think a man can be a lion if he wants to be a stay-at-home dad and the woman work?
Ooh.
Hell no.
To the topic.
Hell no.
Thank
What is he
you.
gonna do? Stay home and iron and cook and vacuum? He needs somebody to kick it. You know what?
Kick his
drizzle.
Let me stop. Let me stop. He can't be no. Hell no. That's not the way humans operate. That's not the way we think as human beings. We seem to think, not y'all, but human beings seem to think we can circumvent hundreds of thousands of years of bioevolution. Men have always been the hunters. They've always been the fighters. They've always been the providers. I would argue that any man that puts himself in that position is going to end up in a deep depression. Yeah. Men do not like to be in that position. There's been plenty of times in my life where I've dated women that were willing to take care of me, that were willing to, I could have been a whole homosexual riding around in her car and all of that shit. And you know what? Anytime I was in a position where a woman that I was dating made more money than me or was more productive than I was, it made me feel like shit. It made me feel horrible as a man. And I think there are a lot of men who lie to themselves and look for other excuses. This is why the homosexuals, the dudes that's in situations like that, their relationships always have issues. They always argue with their women. You'll even hear women say the worst type of man to be with is a broke man.
That's right.
Because he'll be mean and extra vindictive, and he'll start taking out all his anger on everybody around him because he's not in the position he wants to be.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now,
at the end
Angry
of the
Man,
day,
let me
with
ask
the
you a
work-
question.
Oh, yeah, go
Let
ahead,
me
Ross.
ask you a question. So, if men are the providers and the protectors and those who take care of their family, wouldn't you expect that they would get more respect than men are getting today?
Yeah, they should.
Why aren't they getting that respect?
Because the society has socialized and trained our children to disrespect men, to despise men. Part of it is because of the large numbers of single mothers that's raising their children, and they don't have nothing positive to say about the child's father. They got a bunch of negative stuff to say. So you have that aspect of it. You have children growing up in households where their mother is constantly training, because whatever the mother's mentality is, that's what the child's mentality is. In addition to the fact that you have television shows, you name a show for me that's out right now where the child don't disrespect their parents. Every show you see It always starts with they could be in a car going somewhere. There's a child in the back seat with an attitude, mad about something, and they need to pull the car over and whoop their ass, but they ain't gonna do that. So you got this whole culture that teaches the children that they're on equal footing with their parents. So they feel like they can talk to their parents like they're equals and shit. You feel me? So you have that aspect in addition to when you look at the black community, you don't hear nobody say anything positive about black men whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. Like everything about black men is negative. Everything we don't take care of our kids, which is a lie. You know what I'm saying? We're not providers, which is another lie. You know, it's just this constant propaganda about black men that paints us in such a negative light that by the time the kids get grown, and then on top of that, you got women that try to replace their man that left them with their son. So you got the son husband thing where it's like, I'm gonna train you up to replace your father. It's the Tariq St. Patrick shit where he wants to take out his dad so that he can be his dad. Only problem is he's the great value version of his dad. You
Exactly.
feel what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
he needed his dad for guidance. But the mother's not gonna teach him that because the mother doesn't care about that. She just cares about her own self-interest. And a lot of women be using their children as a support system whenever they freaking break up with the guy they were in a relationship with, when really, to be truthfully honest, if they were adequate parents, they wouldn't even include the children in their dispute.
So it would be fair to say that a man spending more time with his children would actually benefit the children more. Would that be a fair assessment?
In this day and age, the only way I've come to the conclusion that the only way a man is going to get any respect from his children or his children be raised properly, they're going to have to be under his roof. Period. And I don't care if he ain't with the mama no more. If he ain't with the mama no more, take your ass down to the court and get custody of those children. They need to be in the house with their father. Period. Because as long as we got a group of children that have no respect for the men above them, we always gonna be messed up in the game.
You know what?
The defense rests, sir.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say this. Then we'll go around and let everybody else get something out. You know, I was thinking the other day, what is the purpose? A lot of men say, hey, babe, whoa. You can't have that attitude, babe. I'm providing. I'm taking care of my kids. And the response they will get is, that's what you're supposed to do. That's your job. That's your job. So then in return, I'm thinking, well, what's the point of Mother's Day? Why the fuck would I go buy you roses, take you to dinner, take you on a trip for Mother's Day? That's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. Why would I celebrate you being a woman and a mother if that's your job? If we're looking at it evenly, if we're going to balance it. If I say I'm taking care of my kids, oh shit, what you want, a cookie?
Because a woman is a human being, a man has to be a human doing. Everything we do is production based.
Yeah.
So we're judged by what we do.
Exactly.
As men in general. As black men, we're judged by what we didn't do. You feel what I'm saying? So with the women, the way the children look at it like mama don't got to do nothing for me. She only does it because she loves me. So because of that, they worship her and give her. This is the whole reason why a mother can have a dead-end job struggling in the projects and the kid will still grow up and praise his mama. Instead of saying she didn't try hard enough, he'll say, well, we didn't have much, but my mama did the best she could. He's not going to talk about that he's not going to talk like that about his father. Because in his mind, his father is supposed to do this and supposed to do that. And that's the reason why he doesn't feel any need to give him any praise or worship or love or any of that, because you're not doing this because you want to. You're doing this because you have to. Even to the degree that they probably feel like, well, the only reason you take care of me is because if you didn't, you'd go to jail.
Yep.
So they don't think, I don't even think most of the black kids, I don't even think they love their.
That's the real question.
Take heed. Talk to us.
I'm glad you let me go. I'm very triggered by this conversation today. Yes. And I'm mad with the both of y'all. Yes, I am.
Oh,
because I moved the goalpost. When we had this conversation, it was not that the husband was something was wrong with the husband. The conversation was the husband was home. So
I
me and
agree with you,
Anissa,
KD.
no, I'm still mad with y'all. I'm still mad with y'all. Now, the second one that I wanna say this to what Angry Man was saying. I want to say this. The job of the wife is to teach the children how to love their father.
Mm-hmm.
That's her job. So when these kids grow up and they dislike the daddy, the mama failed at her job. Because just like when my king come home and he's tired, my king work a lot. Lord, this man work his behind off. And there are some times when he's tired and he hits the couch. I get all his 4 children, even the one that's in college, grab everything from your daddy. Take his boots off and everything. He tired. He done fell out on the chair. The little small one go get his quilt, lay it on him until he get ready to wake up because his body hurt. He tired. You got to get those kids to understand your father has worked all day. Now, the training come from when they're young. When you cook dinner, our kids know not to touch the food. They ask me, Mama, did you make daddy plate first?
Mm-hmm.
They even tell the other children, don't you touch that food. Don't touch that food. Mama ain't make daddy plate yet. They tell the other one, don't eat that big piece of steak. That's daddy steak. That's daddy chicken. It's the mama fault if she don't train those children to let them know if it's not for your daddy, you wouldn't be living in this house. If it wasn't for your daddy, you wouldn't be driving. Your mama wouldn't be able to drive this car. If it wasn't for your daddy, you wouldn't have these clothes you got on, these shoes that you got on your feet, the food that you got in your belly, if it wasn't for your daddy. So when these children grow up disliking their fathers who have raised them, it's the mama fault. Because she's supposed to train them and let them know it's your daddy making. Just like today, this is just something personal. Last week, my king said, I gotta get me some boots. I gotta get me some boots. Knowing don't go well, we have to get ready. You know what I'm saying? To prepare for the new bills coming in. Okay? The new bills coming in. So we gotta prepare for that. So now our eldest daughter who's in college tells him, say, Daddy, I need some money, right? Now, he know he's supposed to use this money to get something for himself. But what he do? He cash app her, huh? You know. And then I tell him, well, honey, the little money that we did have, because we done already took care of the bills, the little money that we did have was for you to get these boots. He was like, well, you know, this child, she needed that. And, you know, I want to make sure my daughter have everything she need. I want her to be begging nobody up there at that college. I said, okay. So today, while I was going food shopping, I stopped and get him them boots. And the kids get to the car. They take out everything from the car. They said, Mama, who boots is these? I said, your daddy. They said, Daddy needed new boots? I said, yeah, he needed new boots. They said, oh, Mama, wow. I said, yeah. Put him up on his bar. When he came home from work, he said to me, whose shoes is them on my bar? I said, them yours. He said, what? I said, yeah. Because he said to me, thank you. But you know what I turned around and told him? I said, sir, thank you for paying this mortgage. Thank you for paying the light. Thank you for paying the gas and the water. Thank you for the food that you put on the table. Thank you for putting the... He said, stop now, stop. I said, yes, thank you. So if we don't teach the children that the father is king, they will get older and disrespect him. They don't know what he has done in the household. And the mama gotta put that out there and let them know it's your daddy. It's your daddy. So yes, I blame that on the mama for that. If the children don't love the daddy. Now, one more thing I want to stretch out real quick is that once a man capture a woman's mind, she gonna do everything that he want her to do. Okay? I don't care if that's his girlfriend or they got married. I always tell people that my husband had captured my mind because I won't do she without this man. Like if he say no, it's no. Even if I be like sad about it, like honey, he like no, it's no. Because that's how our house is ran. Now, I'm not saying I was like that in the beginning because the first 2 years was a nightmare. Okay. But once he got me trained, and I say trained and I say it with respect. Okay. Once he got me trained, I had to understand the assignment. I have a healthy fear of my king. Most women don't have that. I have a healthy fear of him, and I respect him more than anybody in this world. Okay, even more than my father. Because I know where this man picked me up at, from baby mama lane around the corner up the street. Okay. So with that being said, once a man captures a woman's mind, her body will follow. Once he captures her mind, can nobody entice this woman. I don't care how much money you got, how good you look. Once the man capture his wife's mind, can nobody say she to her, and she might fight you if you say you want to take her out somewhere. And I'm done. I'm finished.
Appreciate it. Take heed.
Well, take heed. I hope you don't stay mad at me long. I hope when you get up in the morning, you can find your way to loving me and forgiving me for my goalpostable sins.
Listen, let me explain something. The reason why I pulled that out of you, take heed, is because people need to see what love for a husband looks like.
Amen. Fucking right.
Here's the thing. Listen, I love Kevin to death, but Kevin wasn't militant enough. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much put it out there that women really don't care nothing about you unless you're able to give them something. You see what I'm saying? My question to you is point blank. I don't put no sugar on it. Do women really actually love men? At all? At all? And the reason why I asked that question, is because everything is predicated around what Take Heed just said. That man knew he needed to have some books, but because he had love for his daughter, he gave it to her. He didn't even open his mouth. And because she had reverence for her husband, she didn't even tell him she was going to do it. She got it for him. That is what a fully functioning, loving marriage looks like. And the problem is that we never get to that part because we can't get past our own selfishness. And that's the real question I wanted to ask. Do women really even love men? That's the question. And every time we turn these YouTube streets on, I get disappointed every time. But then again, every now and then I turn on Take Heed and there's a glimmer of hope. And Take Heed for that. I appreciate you. Because we got to get back to learning how to edify each other. And one thing I can say about you, you know how to edify your husband. And I'm going to make sure I edify you because you're doing the right thing. I appreciate you. And yes, we did have to drag that out of you because I wanted an honest, emotional reaction from you. And it did what it was supposed to do. I know you don't like it, but sometimes y'all get used to our old tricks. So we had to pull out some new stuff out the bag. But I appreciate that. But I remember something that you said earlier. She said the job of the woman is to teach the kids how to love the father. And the only way you can do that is to actually love the man. You see what I'm saying? Even in Proverbs 31, it says that the husband teaches the kids to praise the wife. That's the husband teaching the kids to honor their mother. You see what I'm saying? So you're supposed to honor your mother and your father, that your days may be what? Long. That's right. And that's the reason why we're suffering, because we don't know how to edify each other. Every chance we get, we tear each other down. But the problem is sometimes when we try to correct each other, we mistake that correction for tearing each other down. And I think we got to get past that. Stick to the topic. We don't dislike you. We just dislike some of your behaviors. And I think sometimes people don't know how to separate the two. Does that make sense? Appreciate it.
Oh man, Professor, how you gonna come behind that, brother? Pause.
I'm not. I'm not. I yield the rest of my time to the panel. But no, yeah, there's nothing I can say, man. Take heed said it. Angry Man has said it. I ain't saying nothing about it, man. Y'all got it.
I think the world is changing, guys, and I think that the things that we look at, and it's hard to say this, god damn it, but now we're going to be start looking at as old school OGs, right? Because these younger kids in their 20s and in their 30s, shit, they're okay with them men standing at home. These the dumbest group of women I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. I'm being for real. These motherfuckers are stupid. Some of these women don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, I'll be honest with you. There's a young lady I work with, and she's 30. Just had her 30. Dirty. And she's professional. She makes a lot of money, look good, very attractive. And she sit there all day crying. She sit there with her fucking her AirPods in her ear, listening to the man holler and scream at her all day, cussing her the fuck out. And then you ask her what you finna do when you get off. Go home and cook. And that motherfucker sitting at home every day ain't doing a goddamn thing. She taking care of him. And he called her. She put the phone down, and he want to watch her work all day. She got the phone down. They FaceTime each other. He sit and watch her work all day. Sometimes I walk in the office to handle some work, and she look up at me and she be like, because if I say something, he gonna be like, who that nigga in there? Then he gonna cuss out for another 30 minutes. And she'll go right home and cook for that nigga.
There's a white woman?
That's that Pookie that control. That's what Angry Man said
woman.
earlier. That's that Pookie that controlling that woman.
Exactly. He's sitting at home with a white beater and some and1 shorts on, commanding the household, and he ain't got no job. He playing the game.
That's because she don't see the value in herself.
Exactly.
How you gonna let somebody else run your shit? You know what I'm saying? And you don't have value for yourself.
Exactly.
Here's my thing. She's gonna have to learn on her own, because that's nothing that nobody can tell her.
Beautiful
That's just
girl,
one of
too.
those lessons she's gonna have to earn. She can't buy it. You know what I mean? It's like trying to change somebody's mind. It's like we talked about this Republican Democrat thing. Sometimes you just got to walk through that thing, man. And nobody can tell you to do that. You're gonna have to earn that lesson.
But you know why she operates like that?
Go ahead.
Because she doesn't know what love actually is.
Yeah, I believe that.
Her mother probably cursed her out and talked to her like a dog. And so because of that, she think that's the expression of love. You feel what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
why when a lot of these women get with dudes that actually love them and are nice to them and
They
kind,
self-sabotage the fuck out of them.
they take that shit as it's almost like they think they don't deserve it because they're not used to it.
Yep.
Yeah, and
And
but
they,
see, here's
they do something
sorry.
to fuck it up. They do something to mess it up.
And that's where us as men have to stay with the women we getting pregnant. We have to make better decisions when we get women pregnant, because a girl's first love is who? Her father. And if she's not getting that love that she's getting from her father, she's gonna look for it in other places and not know what it actually looks like. So, we have to do a better job as far as having kids with the women that we're gonna stay with, so that our daughters don't grow up and look for that love in other places.
Well, here's the thing, Professor. They're gonna have to start choosing better, brother. We can't force these women to choose
1000%.
better men. Even if you made all the men better, I have a sneaking suspicion they will go find a Pookie somewhere. They will. It's like Pookies is magic. Like I promise you can go outside right now. You can never find a Pookie, But if you find a sister who got low self-esteem, she will find a pookie like a bloodhound. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear what I said?
She'll haunt him out. She'll get him. She'll find him, man. Sniff him right on up out of there.
But Lost. Hold on, Lost. Hold on. Bro,
I know what video you got.
You no, I ain't playing no video. Listen to this. I'm telling you, bro, I thank God for allowing me to see these women in my area of business and what I do for a living. Right? We were doing a company breakfast. We were going to Chick-fil-A, which is right downtown Dallas, right down in the corner. We went down to Chick-fil-A to get breakfast for everybody. There's this bald-headed gentleman, tall guy, gray beard, salt and pepper guy, silver fox is what the ladies call him. And he's sitting there. You could tell he's a very professional guy. He said, I'm the vice president of this company, right? That's what he said. And she was sitting there looking up at him like, oh, my God. He gave her a number. They were going back and forth. This man asked this when he told her my wife died. I lost my wife about a year ago from breast cancer.
Play.
Yeah, I lost my wife from breast cancer. Right? And they would just conversing back and forth. He said, I want to take you out. He took her out, bought her some nice stuff. They went to the movies, had dinner, blah, 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 blah. Was it. All right, after a few weeks, he said, hey, listen, I stay at my home, come to my home. She went out to his home. She said he has a beautiful home. She's telling all the little girls, you're hustling like a motherfucker. He has a beautiful home. Oh, my God. Then the next week, she was like, this nigga must think I'm crazy. I'm thinking, what the fuck is happening? She said these words, man, I don't like him like that. He want me to spend the night. He want to see me every day. When we go out now, he want to hold my hand and do all this. She said, I don't need, She said, oh my God, hell no. She said, he tried to kiss on me and hug on me. I'm like, But then 4 weeks later, this stupid bitch, I'm trying not to cuss today. A few weeks later, she said, the girl beside her said, girl, what you doing? Why you ain't with me? They call him UD. I don't know what they call him. I get Uncle Daddy is what they call him. They call him UD. That's what they call him.
Uncle Daddy.
And so she said, "Oh, I'm back with my my ex."
Sorry ass trifling.
Listen, the nigga is she went back to is so goddamn trash they won't even pick him up on the corner. The nigga is garbage, and the girl right there telling her, which she trash too, but the girl was telling her, so you gonna choose to go back to this nigga that ain't got shit, and this old nigga trying to wipe you up? Because he already told her. He said, I'm looking for a wife. He told her, I'm looking for a wife. I want to be married again.
Bro,
I want to have.
They don't want to be wild. They want to be thoughts.
Know how they look. Let me tell you something. Women's ability to get a man is it's a skill. It's a skill set that's taught the same way that these women today have lost the skills of their grandmother and their great grandmother when it comes to cooking. They've also lost the skills when it comes to identifying, getting, and keeping a good man. They don't know how they constantly are looking for. It's almost like a regular life is too boring for them. They're addicted to drama.
Yes, sir.
They got to have some kind of drama, some kind of silliness going on, some kind of foolishness going on. It's the same, bro. I didn't see
Anger man. She said, ugh, this was her words. Ugh, he too old. I am not going to be putting my mouth on him, and he not going to be kissing me on my lips and holding my hand. She said, ain't that type of party. She said, I thought we was friends. I ain't finna do it. Then he talking about he want another wife, showing me around the house, talking about, this is how the house looks. She said, I'm out. She said, I do not want to do
that.
Nothing
Man already told her he wasn't looking for no friend.
And
right.
I wish to God that man was watching my show, because I would tell him, get your passport, brother, and go to another country and get you a chick from somewhere else that was raised traditionally, and stop stressing, because Keisha just want a thugged out nigga that ain't hitting on shit. And part of it is because they don't want, a lot of times, that type of woman, they don't want a guy that does not necessarily need them. They want a guy that they think needs them so that they can feel like they got some kind of control over the situation. That's part of the reason why you'll see chicks dating guys that don't work and stuff, because whenever they get into an argument, she can tell them to get the hell out.
Bro,
Yep.
it's
And
just the fact. It's just the thing that right to real quick, Fred. I'm just gonna let you have it, bro. The thing that bothers me, bro. You know I'm petty as fuck. So the thing that bothers me is I said, you know, one day she was like, I just want to be married. I just want to have a good man. I said, what about old UD? She said, no, not that old nigga. And I was like, I said, wait. I said,
it's the disrespect for me.
Right. I said, how
Right.
old is he? How old is he? She said, he's 60. He just turned 60. And I said, how old are you? She said, 46.
Man, please.
I said, what the fuck?
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Don't say that. Don't tell me that, bro.
Bro, I wish I could have on the show, bro. Y'all will clown her.
Hey,
Y'all will torture her ass.
Back
Oh
in
my
the
God.
day, back in the 50s, she would have looked at that dude's house. She would have looked at how much money that dude made, and she would have ran to the altar.
Man, stop the man.
With
Come
a
on.
plate in her hands,
Ran to the altar.
jams,
And
mashed
look,
potatoes,
any woman
beans.
any woman that was trying to get with him before, she'd throw stones at him when they come to that house.
Bro, I told her, I said, listen, you better be glad. And she told me, you better not do no stupid shit. I said, you better be glad I don't see him. If I see him again, I'm gonna tell his ass. Stop fucking with this fucking gutter snipe. She don't want better, bro. She went back to a nigga that was whooping her ass and calling her and every day and talking shit. He don't work. And then you got a nigga that telling you I'm the vice president. You see the nigga badge. You see the man badge on his belt. The man got a goddamn Gucci belt on, bald head, clean shaved, silver fox ass type nigga, talking real sweet to her. Hey, beautiful, I like your voice. She has some beautiful hair. Blah, blah, blah. When he first met her, she just, oh my God. And now you talking he too old for you? Girl, I found he's 60. I don't want no wrinkled up ass man and he gonna die and all that. All right, girl, shut the fuck up.
60?
He's 60 and you 46. Your day is over. You hit the wall
Right.
with no airbags. You're done. If you don't get this older man, you're fucked. I told her that. She told me, that's just a myth. Okay.
How much?
I said, in 10 years, I'm gonna find you because you ain't gonna be here. We probably gonna
Shit,
find
an
you.
elephant graveyard.
Let me ask
I'm
you a
gonna try to
question.
get her fired for doing it.
Let me
This is
ask you a
crazy.
question. Let me ask you a couple qualifying questions. How much jewelry does she wear?
She don't wear none.
She don't wear none.
And dress like she, goddamn it, how she dressed. I'm trying to think.
How many tats she got?
She got a. I seen her bent over one day. She got a damn.
She probably got a butterfly tat on her shoulder. Or
No,
something.
she got
Right,
one. Of
right.
She got a tramp stamp.
She got a tramp stamp.
Oh yeah, she for the streets.
Yeah.
She
One day,
belong.
yeah. One day they was talking about how many tats people got, and then she had been on one day. You can see it going all the way across her back.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So she ain't gonna never be with nobody. Her life is over.
Yeah.
But sort of what you were saying too, BMU. A lot of those girls want those builder dudes so that they can say, "Oh, well, I made
I
him
did that.
this.
Take he
I
said that
did
earlier. Yep.
Exactly. So now they got to, like you said, but they got a dude that can't build. I can't build this dude. He already where he need to be.
Yep.
I need to
I
go
can't
back to the
tell
dude
him
with the neck.
shit.
Nope. I need to go back with the dude with the neck tattoo and the charger.
Yep. Take heed. What you got, baby?
The problem with our sisters is that they don't like the word submit.
My Lord.
See, we can submit to Pookie and Rere because you want to know why? I'ma tell this ninja what I'm gonna do and what I ain't gonna do. So that's the difference. We'll submit to Pookie and Rere, but it'll be for the time when we're in the bedroom. But once we get outside the bedroom, I'm the queen. I do whatever I want to do. This is why a lot of us have babies by Pookie and Rere because they can't tell us what to do with those children because he ain't got nothing. He living with you. And I'll share a little tidbit with y'all. The thing is that even me myself in my day when I was a baby mama, I did not choose wisely. I always tell women the same thing. I didn't choose wisely. That's why I get on y'all so much on my channel because I know your end. I know how this is going to end. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always come at y'all hard. When I get up here and I say choose wisely, because one day that child is going to come and ask you, why didn't you take time and choose the right man to raise me? Because I experienced that with my eldest son. Okay. Because he felt some type of way about the other 4 children that they were raised around their father. So I don't want you to feel the backlash that I felt. The thing is that we don't choose wisely because we want to be able to take control of whatever this child turns out to be.
Right.
So when the child turns out to be a monster, now you say, oh no, it's the father's fault. It's the father's fault. But mind you, it's your fault, mama, because you did not choose wisely. You didn't take the time to choose the right man to lay down with. We rather pick Pookie and Rere and not the true king, because the true king is going to tell you what it is and what it is not.
Preach.
So that's why we have these issues in our community, because the thing is that God gave us this job as women to choose who bloodline lives on and who does not. I don't know how many times I can say that, but I always say that on my channel. We choose who bloodline lives on and who doesn't. And Pookie and Rere bloodline is not supposed to continue. But we let it continue. We let it continue by the foolish decisions that we have made. I did it too. Only thing that, and it's sad to say, this thing won't get corrected, because you want to know why? Because we uplift foolery in our community. When she has 7 baby daddies and 7 children, we tell her, sis, do the best you can. Do the best you can, sis. You're a good mother. Instead of somebody telling her, oh, you know good and hell well you ain't supposed to have that many children. You know good and hell well. Shout out to Mrs. She Said. Shame. There's no shame, because we don't want to teach these girls. We rather sit up there and co-sign the ish that they do. Even here we go, Ebony K, highly educated sister. She gonna go and have a baby, okay? She gonna go and get a baby because I'm a baby mama by choice. As smart as you are, you chose to be a part of the baby mama lane up the street around the corner.
But is she really smart though?
Oh, no. She's not. No. You decided to join the gang of the baby mama up the street around the corner. That does not make sense. You decided to be a statistic. Who does that and think that that makes sense? But when you say this to our sisters, they say you hate me. You dislike me. You know, you don't want to see anything good for me. I want to see you do better. That's why somebody ain't tell you that having 7 baby daddies and having 7 children made sense. Somebody didn't tell you that. So when I tell you that, you say, Mama, you bashing me. I'm not bashing you. I'm telling you what you doing is wrong. That you're not supposed to give that pussy out like it's a collection plate. So we need to get back to Big Mama teaching. There's no more Big Mamas. We know that. But you need to get back to Big Mama teaching, because these girls are lost. Now, let me share something with you. Everybody is not going to be able to drive the train. A lot of us ain't going to be able to get on this train. It's the first 2 rows of our community, Pookie and Ray and Pookisha and Raykisha. Those are the first 2 rows of our community. They're not going to be able to drive ride the train with us. We're going to have to leave them where they at. Because some will be able to take heed and some won't. And I'm done. I'm finished.
Go ahead,
Man,
AM. You had your finger up, man.
Yeah, as we go around and get our final thoughts, go ahead, Angry Man. You can go first.
I was gonna say, are you saying that a lot of these women are the devil?
I told you that it's spawn of the devil. I said that earlier.
Because it seems like to me that they would rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
Ooh, say it again for the people.
So I was gonna say it again.
Say it.
They would rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
My God. Jesus.
Let that soak in for a minute, man.
Yeah, just
all right.
Embrace the grace ain't said nothing in a while. Embrace. You sitting over there playing in your hair and flirting and shit. What you got going on, baby? Talk to me.
She got her eye on somebody.
That's right.
Well, the question was 2 hours ago. Do you think if it is a cultural thing? And it's funny because nobody knows my culture or doesn't know what I am. But the fact still remains is that I grew up in a household where all the men worked, the women stayed home. My job when my daddy came home was that rubbing his feet with that damn Bengay. I can't deal with it till this day. But that was my job. My job was to serve my brother first, because they was putting that was training on how to, because I wasn't good enough yet to serve my father. That was my mother's job. But we just so far away from that. And every time I try to talk to the young ladies, oh, you don't know shit. That's old school. We don't do that anymore. Da 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 da. I said, but it worked. It worked. Is it working for y'all now? Where your daddy at? Do you know who your daddy is? Where your mama at right now? Oh, she at the club. So why you here with me? Because I wanted to hang out with you and talk. Oh, okay. So we have to do more shame as women. Us older ones that have a good head on our shoulders need to teach our young ones and take heed. Everybody's not going to listen. Everybody's not going to come with us. And that's okay because we can't save everybody. But the fact remains is that I'm like Angry Man and Black Man Unfiltered. You know, Lit, you had a whole different perspective, but I can't deal with a man staying home all day. I mean, yes, my ex-husband worked, but he didn't bring as much money as I did, but he still worked. You can't sit home all day and I'm going to work. No, it just doesn't feel right in me. My soul, my spirit. You know how I have the hustle bug, and you don't, and you the man, and I have to respect you as the man and trust you where we're going. So with that being said, guys, it may work for a few years, but at the end of the day, there's going to be resentment. And then after resentment, there's going to be anger. And after anger, there's going to be hate. And after hate, your ass is out the door. And I teach men this, and I talk to them because men taught me, protect your seed, protect your money, protect your last name, and protect your peace. You have to be able to do that, men, or y'all gonna live miserable lives with hyenas. And just learn to talk like that. That co-worker of yours, Black man, she's stupid. She's really stupid. But you know, you can give her my number. You know, I'm single, so you know, he can learn to embrace the grace. She's stupid. I'll show her how it's done.
But you know what, Embrace? One of the things I want to say before we go to everybody else so we can get out of here.
No disrespect, Professor.
No. One thing I want to say is that when those women make a decision to leave that man because they resent him and he ain't doing what they want to do, they're making more money than him. My thing is, don't be in your 40s, your 45, late 40s, going into your 50s with that bullshit.
And then crying.
Yeah, because you're going to fuck up where you at to be put back where you was.
Don't create a problem and then cry about the problem.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Be unburdened by what used to be.
Oh, absolutely. and I mean, look at Vivica A. Foxtrot. I mean, same thing. You know, all them years. If you go back to when she did Independence Day, she could have got any man she wanted.
That's
now
right.
she doing warranty and gap insurance commercials, and like she swallowed a fucking basketball before the All-Star game. I'm telling you. It's bad.
Have you switched your car insurance?
Can't even hardly move her jaw. She got cut so much, much like a birthday cake in Switzerland. She cut up to it. Nissa, what's your final thoughts, baby? She over there laughing her ass off.
She just tickled to death.
Go ahead, Alyssa.
No, I was going to say, BMU, I wanted to talk about the example that you gave about the young lady. And it reminded me, I think I shared this with you guys before, of a gentleman that I knew, and he shared something with me. And he said that we look at the wrong things. That young lady is looking at the wrong things. And so many times we look at a man from the waist down, and other cultures look at that man from the neck up.
Come on, German lady.
She wasn't smart enough to realize that there are very few men that will come right out and say, I am looking for a wife. He was looking for a wife. He was ready for a wife. Only thing she had to do was be feminine and walk right into that. The kingdom was already built. The kingdom already built.
He too old, Alyssa.
He's ready to go, and you're gonna mess that up. How dumb! But her picture is off, because I guarantee you, whoever that guy is that she's talking about, however you say he treats her, you know, she's probably in love with it. She dickmatized. The dick is probably good, and she is her picker is completely off, because she should have been so ready to drop that other dude and get with the guy that's 60. That would have been the end of the story. For most of us, for Grace, that would have been the end of the story. For me, that would have been the end of the story. But we don't know how to pick. We don't.
That's my first time ever hearing you say dick.
That's something we gotta. Huh?
Clip that. Yeah, that's clipped. I never heard you say dick before, so it's kind of new to us.
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I didn't hear you say. I've never heard you say dick before, so it's kind of threw us for a loop a little bit. So it kind of make me imagine how you tell your man, bring me that dick. You know what I'm saying? Say it. Say it for the audience. How would you tell your man to bring you that dick? Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we know we're close to closing out.
Bring me my
now it
glass
turns
of wine
into
and
the
that
after
dick.
hours.
No.
Our paint,
Not gonna happen.
Our paint, who's gonna jump you tonight? But we're gonna let you slide, bro. What are your final words?
First of all, man, you guys, man, spent the rest after I finished talking. Y'all spent the rest of the time just proving what the fuck I said was just true.
I don't know how to hog tie people. What would I hog tie?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
So
that's
listen,
exactly how it went, but we're gonna let you rock out though.
Man, nah, man, I'm not have to rock out. I'm just gonna be real short and sweet. Listen, I believe that both men and women we're subject to the laws of nature, and the fact is that no matter how high we think we are on the food chain, we go back to where that is. Right now, it's out of control. There's no shame. There's no cultural mores in the West. The environmental stop gaps are gone, and women are just what you call them, just going back to carnal nature, right? And they own the sexual marketplace. Men play in it, and they're playing the way they want to play. And they have a constant supply of men who are willing to dick them down, you know. And some guys get some more than others, but that's the way it is. And we have chaos in the community. Sexual marketplace is full of chaos based on the promiscuity of the women. And that's just the way it is. It's all over the fucking place. And so when people say men need to take control and all this other horse shit, we should. But I say this, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to give you my scenario. Man's looking at a woman, and you was coveting her for months and months, and she's ready to give you some dick or some pussy.
Whoa.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Gotta be careful, because the world we live in.
I made a mistake. So when she's ready to give you some ass, and you have a condom on, and she says you got to take this shit off. How many men are gonna say, okay, we're over for the night? They're gonna go in raw. Men are gonna go in raw. Give me a percentage of men who are gonna turn that shit down. Very few.
Oh no.
Very few.
I told my son, you put that dick in raw, it's gonna come out looking like a
you can tell him all you fucking want. You ain't in the room with him, and that honey he's covered in. So you can say all that shit you want. Is a small percentage of men who are going to get up and put their clothes on and go home. The rest of the guys say, I'm going in. I am going in, and I'm
toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And that, you know, so all we try to tell you is that's it. And so as long as that shit's true, and as long as women know they can give us some ass, there's going to be a willing taker out there, and they're going to just always choose. Not always. A lot of them are going to choose the wrong guys. They just are, and that's what we see all around us. We see that shit all around us, man. Why we keep fucking arguing with me? This is what's going on.
A lot of men ain't fucking right now, Arpain. They just
Well, I'm talking about the ones who are fucking. They're fucking all the women.
Well, goddamn, man, you talk about the sexual marketplace. How many motherfuckers you fucked in school that you done fucked their life up?
He has a.
Oh no, let me tell you what. I'm a more of a Jeter approach. I always had the gift basket in the fucking trunk, so that when they left. So when we broke up, they were always happy. They always got something out of it. I understood that women.
Nigga, you gave him a gift to fuck?
You was handing out. Women don't get it. If they
Arpain was handing out the stimulus package.
I didn't say money. I'm just saying you got to get when women give you some ass, they expect something in return.
Oh, you a simp. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I didn't say you got to say money. They expect
shout out to Arpain for keeping the economy rolling.
He's a boomer.
Yeah, every one of you motherfuckers are lying, man. You might have had a couple of ways you banged out and went home. I didn't say you give it to them. This is what they expect. That's why they're all chaotic and have trauma. They all expect shit in return. When they don't get it, they go fucking crazy. That's why the next guy always got to pick up the slack for the guy who just fucked them over.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's just true.
They're going to give it to the alpha down the block. You know what I'm saying?
Montgomery Ward gifts and shit.
You guys.
This is supposed
to be. First of all, this is supposed to be my final goddamn thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all fucking. Why is everybody stepping on my goddamn final thoughts? Y'all can have your fucking final thoughts if y'all want to.
Come on, Arpain.
You know what I'm saying? I'm done, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I wanted to hear more about the stimulus package you handed
See, here's a literal shit about being on panel. This shit is more figuratively speaking. I'm saying that if you're banging out a chick, you can leave under duress, or you can leave making her feel like she got something in return. Besides just if it's a good orgasm, then you're free to go. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, women give you some box, they all expect something in return. Whether you give it to them or not is a different story.
Okay.
Give me the box, so you got to give them a box.
This is the reason why.
Thank you, man.
This is the reason why my generation did not listen to them. Okay?
And you guys are fucking worse off for it.
Who?
You guys are worse off for it, man. I feel sorry for you ex-motherfuckers. We were trying to save
what?
You. We were trying to give y'all something.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
Gen X is good. We good. We golden. We more than okay. But here's the thing. This is what you boomers didn't understand. Okay. What you boomers didn't understand is fair exchange is no robbery. So you run around and talk about she gave me some box. Yeah, and you gave us some dick. So guess what? If you giving her something else after that, your ass got robbed. You got robbed, nigga.
And the dick was trash.
Here's the thing. Y'all Negroes, man, I'm telling you right now, y'all are the reason that these women were out of control, bro. Y'all the reason.
No.
You can say what you want to say, but y'all, this is the reason why this has snowballed all the way down to women saying, don't hit me up with no grand rising queen. Hit me up with a cash app. That comes from your generation.
No, we had no goddamn cash apps in my goddamn generation. That's you motherfuckers. Giving them money before y'all go on dates.
No.
Yes. We had no goddamn cash apps.
Arpain. Capping now. We grew up on bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Okay, we grew up on give them hard dick and bubble gum. That's what we grew up on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only chicks that we would spend any money, time, and energy on was chicks that were wifeable. Y'all niggas was giving hoes money and tricking on.
How could you be after us and say that's true?
Wait a minute,
That's
y'all still be
bullshit. The baby boomers had more fucking marriages than you ex motherfuckers ever would. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, guess
So
what?
no, it's not different. You can't say your exes, man. You guys were doing all that bullshit. Come on, angry man.
Hold on. First of all, y'all had more marriages because we refused to get married. Y'all not only had more marriages, y'all had more divorces too. Most of y'all niggas got at least 2 or 3 marriages under your belt. So don't try to say y'all had more marriages.
Listen, the fucking baby boomers are getting ready to give a transfer of wealth that the history of mankind have never seen before. So stop this bullshit.
Transfer of
That's
wealth?
right. That's you goddamn right. All you young motherfuckers waiting for us to die and say, yo, whatever we have.
No.
So who are you talking about?
First of all, the boomers are the reason. The boomers are the reason most of us ain't gonna have no Social Security check. That's number one. Y'all are a drain on society, not a benefit to society.
No, but we're the ones who paid in the most of Social Security.
Y'all niggas still live in Papa and Big Mama's house.
Because we inherited it.
Don't do that.
He ain't deny that shit.
No. Listen, the reason why Social Security is still around is because baby boomers paid into that shit.
Bullshit.
That's bullshit. Yeah, they had the jobs. We paid into that shit.
So you really gonna sit here and tell me that economists have not had a discussion for I don't know how long about how the baby boomers are gonna drain Social Security? You gonna tell me that?
Then we paid the most into the motherfucker, so we're still living longer.
Y'all hippie ass tree hugging motherfuckers didn't pay the most into that. What are you talking about? You gotta stop speaking.
Wait, first of all, hey, angry man. So let's just do the numbers, right? The baby boomers had the biggest generation, right? If they were working, they put more money into the thing. Now that's living longer than before, right? So that you guys are gonna.
Most of the baby boomers, see, this is where you keep trying to insert your personal experience. I'll give it to you. You did what you were supposed to do, but you are not the typical boomer. The typical boomer was a freaking drug addict still living in his mama or daddy's house. That's the typical boomer. The typical boomer worked jobs here and there, on and off. That's the typical boomer. The typical boomer right now at old age is on disability. You got boomers right now. You got boomers right now that are working age. They're still working age and they're on disability, which comes from where? Social Security.
So angry man, let me put it to you this way. A lot of Generation X's, right? A good portion of them are kids of the silent generation. And a small portion of them are from the baby boomers, right?
I see you, Jeff.
It's a mix, right? It's a mix.
Uh-huh.
So I'm saying that if you extol the virtues of Generation X, you can't ignore that some of them were from two working parents who made your latchkey kids because they were out working. They weren't just all out fucking taking drugs. Some of those people were working, not just me. I'm not that much of a unicorn.
Okay,
so it was a mixture. It was a mixture.
And guess what? Them working class parents didn't give us shit. Didn't give us nothing.
They gave you a place to live. They took care of the bastard children. A lot of the fucking people had.
Thanks a lot. No, a lot of us Gen Xers were raised by our grandparents.
Well, that's what I'm saying. From the familiar home, right? The home that housed generations of kids, right? I grew up in one of those homes, from home to the Bronx. We had 5 generations of motherfuckers in there, from my grandmother and grandfather all the way down to the 2014 when we finally lost that house, from 1965 to 2014. Both generations of family went through there. So I'm just saying, you know.
Check this out. Y'all are the first generation to have television. which is why you believe everything they say on that motherfucker. Y'all are the first generation. Y'all are the first generation to have lead paint chips, which explains a lot. Y'all are the first generation. Y'all are the first generation to drink Similac. Okay. Y'all are the first generation. Y'all, whether you like it or not, y'all are the first generation of fuck ups. And the reason why is because y'all are the first generation to produce children that did not live better than the previous generation.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's a fact. I mean, you can do the research on that. It's the truth.
The numbers state that it's a fact. See, the problem, R-Pain, is that you are taking your experience, because I know boomers that did what they were supposed to do. But that's not the boomers I'm talking about. Because there's a lot of y'all. And I would argue that out of the whole bunch of y'all, there's only a small percentage of y'all that actually did what you were supposed to do, that operated like the silent generation and the greatest generation. A lot of the boomers were fuck ups. A lot of the boomers, who do you think Gen X was selling all of their drugs to? Boomers.
Listen, I'm going to say this. Here's where I would concede. But one thing I think we keep missing is that out of this generation of boomers came all the technology and the beginning of things that we agree that we use now.
Actually, it's Gen X, bro.
That's
Gen X.
That's Gen X for real. Well, come on now.
Oh man, come on! You guys can't have it both ways. You're the most starved and fucked up people. Now y'all created the most shit too. I mean, come on, man.
Shit. Y'all are the most spoiled generation ever to exist. By the time y'all came around, the greatest generation had already built the industrial complex and all of that shit.
Right, I agree with that. Yeah.
Y'all are on the ass end. Y'all are actually the generation that were adults when they got rid of all the jobs. Y'all are the niggas that voted for the 94 crime bill and Bill Clinton and all his bullshit. Y'all are the reason dudes like me lost the little jobs we got when we first started working. It was union jobs.
Okay, now we.
Okay, all right. What's going on, Jeff?
Uncle Jeff, what's up, my boy?
Jeff.
What's happening? What's happening? Can y'all
Man,
hear me
Jeff, we
good?
thought about you this weekend, man, and
Yes,
thought
sir.
about we almost didn't have no president, man.
Wow.
Remember last week? Remember last week?
What
When
did?
this is the last president. Remember that?
I keep
Yeah.
trying to tell y'all.
Jeff,
Well,
you
it
was
wasn't
on
me
it,
because I wouldn't have missed. Number one,
Oh shit.
Me and Angry Man, we already had this talk. I wouldn't have missed it. Brother Payne, I ain't
Oh, here we go again. Here we go.
I'm not trying to draw swords with you, man.
Go ahead.
I'm not.
Here we go.
Why you sound like Stephen A. Smith, right? You don't want to draw a sword. That's the first thing you do is unsheathing the shit.
The unmitigated gall.
Go ahead, my man. Go ahead.
What you just did here is shown a prime example of why it is brothers won't listen to us. It is because every fact that Angry Man brought up, you fought. You fought him. You didn't take any of it in. You're just now beginning to go, yeah, well, I guess I can see. Bruh, he hit you with a barrage of truth. And it's not necessarily the boomer's fault. This is the thing. Everybody tries to not take blame instead of, like I said, when two black men disagree, this is the way I think it ought to go. Number one, start at the place where you both agree most. Number two, move out to the fringe of where you disagree. And number three, understand that frothy disagreement is not about what either of you did to each other, but it's what was done to you both. The women's movement, feminism, welfare, crack, these things were done to you. And instead of owning up on the done to, you go to the defense of.
Yeah, I didn't defend feminism. I didn't.
No. You didn't defend feminism.
no.
You defended yourself in those
Yeah,
places,
because
and he
I
wasn't
just
necessarily
hold
talking
on, Jeff.
about you.
Okay, hold on, Jeff, for a second. I understand that. Hold on for a second. It's a lot of this shit he was saying. It's just not my reality. You know,
Okay,
it's not my
I
reality.
understand that.
So before, hold
I'm
on, but
not a
let me just say,
fireman. I believe it was my turn. I'm not a
yeah,
fireman,
but you
but I
can't
can
just keep talking to
sympathize
me
with
and
the
I can't
reality
say
of
anything.
firemen. I can sympathize with the reality of women. I'm not a farmer, an astronaut, or a superhero, but I can talk about the moon, cows, and Batman at parties. I don't have to be those things to sympathize with them, brother. This is
All
what
right.
makes me a functioning, rational wisdom well. That's the whole point of not dyeing gray hair, so young dudes know that they can come to you for wisdom, but they can't if you ain't gonna own shit that you didn't do. I have to own shit I didn't do. The first thing I say when I talk to young brothers is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My generation didn't pick up the ball after your generation dropped it. I didn't. I was chasing pussy with an Africa patch on. I was listening to Fight the Power. I knew Whitey wasn't shit, but was I active? No. Somebody sold the crack. Somebody bought it. Somebody did that. They watched us fail them in real time. And when they come to talk to you about it, all you can do is tell them what they ain't doing. That's why they don't pay attention to you. Period.
Yeah, I literally had to own. We had a debate about Gen X, boomers, all of that. And you know what I had to own? My generation is the generation that glorified being a thug, gangster rap, hustling, selling drugs. I had to own all of that shit. And I had to say, yeah, we did that shit and it was wrong. We shouldn't have did it.
Did you teach your sons that, Angry Man?
Hell no. What you mean, as
Thank
far
you.
as teaching them to do that? No, I made sure to tell them not to do that and not to go down that route. You feel what I'm
But
saying?
you still had to own it.
Yeah.
Baby boomers who it doesn't apply to don't want to own none of it. And you know who that reminds you of? Who that reminds me of? Is the parents who have selective amnesia.
Oh, yeah.
The parents that don't remember waking you up with an extension cord when you tell them that they did. The parents that don't remember the nights that they selectively omit and clean up the story of your past. They edit it. They won't take an unedited version from your side. They just won't. In order to be taken serious by people young, I'm gonna say this, I'm done, Arpain. This is to you forever. In order to be taken seriously by people younger than you, you're gonna have to take ownership of an unedited side of your generation that you didn't have anything to do with.
I could dig that. It's gonna be a whole lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna listen to me then, because
that doesn't matter. Are you trying to get everybody to listen to you?
No, wait a minute. Let me just say this, because it's not gonna be easy for me to accept that I'm responsible just because I'm a baby boomer for all the fuckery that people did. I mean, maybe that's a learned experience. That's something I gotta, at my age, grow into. I could dig that, because I don't disagree with what you just said, Jeff. I can hear what you're saying.
Can you empathize?
And you too, Angry Man. I can hear what you're saying. I just have.
But can you empathize?
I just have to. Maybe I have to still evolve into that, because that's not my reality.
But can you empathize with the fact that even with Jim Crow and prejudice and all of that, the Black community you grew up in was a paradise compared to the Black community I grew up.
Yeah, I could agree with that, because I remember where I came from and how I grew up, how we got saved from living in the barrels of Harlem and shit when we moved to the Bronx with fruit trees and all that kind of shit. I thought we were moving on up.
But guess what? But guess what? You moved from Harlem to the Bronx, and it was a better move. What about now? Do you know what the Bronx was like now?
Yeah.
You see my point? Like,
yeah, I do.
we hear stories.
I hear you.
We as Gen Xers, we get to hear stories, and I'm not even gonna lie. I got a glimpse of it. I got a little bit of it. I saw a little bit of it because I was, a kid in the 80s. So I was at the beginning of that crack era coming in and shit, right? But the way my uncles that are boomers, they describe their childhood and what they saw and all of that, what I saw was drastically different.
I mean, I can see that. I can see that. Like I said, I hear where you guys are coming from. And maybe we should get some real baby boomers up here too. So say, yeah, man, I'm a baby boomer too and shit, man. My whole fucking existence is different than yours. Because I know what I did, and a lot of guys I know who are baby boomers, man, they did a lot of good fucking shit, man. So, maybe I just didn't hang around, the guys who just fell off the wayside. I know some of my buddies who went the other way. So I hear where you guys are coming from. And I understand about maybe my best thing is I would just stop arguing. You guys, everybody wants to.
I know a baby boomer. I know a baby boomer right now that recently was standing on Linden doing the dope fiend lean in 2024.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing
you. What you just outlined, our pain, is the speaking patterns of a horrible coach. Nobody makes it to the playoffs looking at what they did great. Nobody. There's not one professional coach that comes in after a losing game and goes, hey, let's look at the passes you did good and the shots you made great. No.
All right, so what's your point?
My point
what's your
is,
point? What I say to make you feel that way?
Here's my point. Every time that something negative is brought up about your generation, you refuse to explore and drill down. You default immediately to you and those
we've already been there. We've already established that.
And you just did it 30 seconds ago, so it doesn't matter.
So we already established that.
You just did it 30 seconds ago.
That's
so
right.
It doesn't matter.
And okay. So what do you want me to do? Get on my fucking knees and say something to you guys?
Here's what I'd like you to do. Here's the answer to that question. Here's what I'd like you to do. The next time something negative is brought up about your generation,
I'm gonna just shut the fuck
I'd like
up.
you to open. I'm trying to answer your question. I'd like you to open up, explore, delve into, and dig down on what the people have to say about it, as opposed to defaulting to what you did good.
Listen, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell them motherfuckers, get off your fucking knees and make this shit better. That's what I'm gonna say.
I call it W hunting. You W hunt.
No. I'm just a motherfucker who tired of hearing motherfuckers talking about baby boomers. How about that? Listen, all you fucking guys talking about, why don't you just focus on the goddamn future? You're here where you are now.
Here's
fuck
why.
Fuck the baby boomer.
Here's why.
Let me speak. You
okay?
Fuck
Well,
the baby. Wait a minute.
Then don't.
I ain't ask no question.
Then speak declaratively. Don't ask questions that you don't want answers to.
How fucking long is the answer gotta be, Jeff? I heard what you said.
No,
listen. I'm just saying.
Another question. If you ask a question,
I'm saying that if you were living in the 2024, I don't give a shit what generation you are. Okay, the baby boomers are fucked up. We all own it. What are you going to do about the future?
That's
all you need. That's what we need to get to. What are you going to do about the future?
Okay,
and that's
is that a question you want to
answer?
No,
that's not a question to you, Jeff. I'm just throwing it out there.
To some other shit. Keep going.
No, that's all I'm saying.
You know what?
But
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr.
Hey, what's going on?
I know you've been waiting to get in. I'm trying to jump in like double dutch, but come on in. What you got to say about the issue today?
Hey, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, very well. Y'all look great. Love and peace. I don't have much to say about the issue. I just wanted to speak to Uncle Jeff privately, if that's possible after the show.
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay. Hey, R-Pain.
Yes.
Yo, you never disappoint, bro. You are a boomer through and through. The way
I
you
wonder
get
when you come up.
defensive, oh my God, I feel like I'm talking to one of my uncles.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just gonna be hard to get over, man. I can't. You know what? It's just gonna be. I gotta admit it. I mean, I wish I was perfect like Jeff, but I ain't. You know, so no. I hear because you know
be
what
so
I do
hard on
hear. I
yourself.
do
Most
hear.
people aren't as good as me.
No, I do
Don't
hear
aim
what
that
you
high.
guys are saying. I do hear what you guys are saying. I really do. I really do.
Hey,
I really do.
Look, I got an uncle, right? When I was in my late teens, I tried to explain to my uncle why he shouldn't be eating salty ass pork, right? And a few other things, right? He didn't want to hear that shit. He got defensive, kind of like how you're doing right now.
I know.
Guess what? 3 heart attacks later, you probably should have listened to me.
Yeah.
Triple bypass mistake.
Yeah, because pork chops taste better than playing with your grandkids.
Yeah,
with hot sauce Jeff.
Hey, listen, man. I concede. I'm just not changing overnight, man. Maybe one day we'll get up on these panels. Y'all saw saying baby boomers. I'm gonna say, yeah, them motherfuckers are fucked up, man. You know, I'm sorry I was born 6 years too early. You know, maybe I should be a Gen Xer. You know.
No,
anyway,
it's
man.
not that
Or
you should
I'm gonna
be.
just keep my mouth shut.
It's not that you should be a Gen Xer. You should be a responsible baby boomer.
I am a
Like
responsible
when you said,
baby boomer.
like when you said, why? Here's an idea. Why don't we focus on the future? Well, here's a group of people who absolutely do not focus on the future without having a good grip on the past. Pilots, surgeons, astrophysicists, politicians, you know, people who need their brains in order to move us forward, engineers. They all focus on the past and they all own up. That's all we're asking you to do is the next time we bring up something that has to do with your generation, don't deflect talking about the future. Don't deflect talking about your experiences and what you didn't do. Because I
don't agree with your statement. I don't agree with your
steals
statement.
credibility from the individual who's really trying to reach out to you.
Listen, I hear it all sounds good, but you know what? I think scientists do fucking future. They read books, but they do focus on what they want to do for the future. You don't have to be a goddamn scholar of every goddamn inch of the past to be a good scientist. I don't believe it.
Well, that's where you and Neil deGrasse Tyson disagree.
Yeah, when some people think, yeah, people argue with that motherfucker too.
Exactly, and they're usually wrong.
Well, maybe
That's where you and astronauts disagree. That's where you and pilots disagree.
Yeah,
that's where you and mechanics disagree.
I think I was a pretty good. I was a pretty good engineer.
Hey, you know what? Guess
How'd you
what?
get there? Oh, this is good. How'd you get there? Did you read any books about math? And where did that come from?
Yeah, we're talking about math. I read a lot of books about math.
And where did that math come from?
Yeah, but you listen.
Hey, watch this. Hey, RP, guess what? I remember in my early 20s, I was sitting on my father's computer looking for a job, right? He came in there and told me, "Why you still in front of that computer? You're gonna have to get out there and beat the pavement to find a job. You ain't never gonna make no money sitting in front of that computer." That's what a boomer told me.
All right, man. Listen, let's move on for the damn boomers. I hear what you guys are saying, and I accepted all the good and the bad. How about that? I accept it. I can't change, but we can't change any of that shit. We can't.
Sure, we can.
No, we can't.
Why not?
We can't go in the past and change it. We can only move forward.
No, that's not what we're trying to change. We're trying to change our outlook. And
Yeah,
we can't
moving forward.
Our minds are closed.
No, well, we can disagree to disagree.
Okay, well, I guess exactly. We can disagree because I'm sure you're going to tell me how it is that we can move forward with our minds closed. I'm itching to hear that.
I don't think our minds are closed. I just think it depends on what you focus on. You wanted to say something? I thought you had your hand up. Hunting wisdom. Did you had
Oh
anything
no,
else?
I was waving. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen. Hey, we could move on. I mean, this is the longest final thoughts in the whole fucking world, man. You know,
Professor, you got final thoughts, brother, before we get up out of here, man.
I had some, but they gone now. But shit, between Edgar Man and Jeff, God and R Payne, like goddamn. But no, I just want to say I am opening up a school, the Huey P. Newton and the Angela Davis School for Black kids. Make sure you give all your cash donations to Dr. Umar. I mean, to me. It's gonna take me about 10 to 15 years to get it open. You know, we're trying to locate some land and but yeah, just cash at me. Keep this cash at me. And like I said, I'm going on a speaking tour and I'll be on a Breakfast Club. So holler at me. I need about 10 million.
That'll work.
Years.
That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. That's it.
Jeff, did you have any final thoughts, man, before we get up out of here?
Yeah, and again, I was good with just watching the show and chiming in the comments, but I think it could be that I am triggered to debate, and I hope it was healthy. Whenever I find that those who are older than me are guilty of handicapping those that are younger than me. Whenever that is, because they need us. They need what we have. But they can't get it if they can't see that we're at least going to be honest about what their particular reality is. There. I'm done.
Appreciate it, Jeff. AM, it's on you, brother.
My final thought is I just want to let everybody know, just like Professor, I have an endeavor that I would like people to invest in. I'm actually going to open up a string of nursing homes for baby boomers. We're going to serve ham and collard greens and pretty much every type of food that the slaves used to eat that we're smart enough to know we shouldn't be eating now. There will be reruns of the Rockford Files, Gunsmoke, and Matlock every day. So if you have a boomer that you want to park there, just bring them on through. You feel what I'm saying? We got short sets and Jesus sandals for them. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I appreciate that.
R-Pain, I said he needs you to understand, overstand, and understand. He's opening up a nursing home just for you.
You know what, man? You got
don't mind that R-Pain.
Man, hell with those guys. They ain't shit, man. I ain't worried about it, but I hear him talking.
That's R-Pain, don't worry. We can build them again.
We go open up.
Every room will have a lazy boy recliner.
We're gonna set up the
I got one
to the potty pipeline. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna have plastic on it, Angry Man. Have plastic on it.
No, it ain't gonna have no plastic on it, but we should get some plastic because it's probably gonna end up with oil stains on it. Because you know how boomers like to work on their cars and shit. So
they like to poop themselves. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna open up the pudding to the potty pipeline. You know what I'm saying?
Why
so you can squeal, baby, squeal. You know what I'm saying?
And shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's all you motherfuckers floor model TVs and shit. Y'all gonna be good to go.
That's Zenith floor model TV.
Exactly, so swivel.
If we don't have the floor model TV, what we gonna sit the flat screen on?
Right. Man, look, man, it's been a pleasure, man. New folks, y'all make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Old folks, y'all know what to do. Hit the like button. My final thoughts is, man, shout out to Lisa McDowell. You know what I'm saying? Lisa McDowell found it in her heart to fall in love with a goat herder from the land of Zamunda. She didn't care nothing about whether or not he had a job. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. When Jaffe Joffa showed up and he's like, They was like, "Where's my son?" He was like, "Well, he was over there working at McDowell." He was like, "My son works." You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got enough money to buy me off. Nonsense.
Nonsense.
My son a keep. My son a keep.
That's right. You know, shout out to Lisa McDowell. I hope she becomes the queen of Zamunda someday and all of that good stuff. But for the rest of you Patrices out there, may the odds be in your favor, and may $20 be in your front and $40 be in the back. Y'all guys have a good evening. Good night.
Peace.